Welcome, everybody, to the Shut Your Mouth Lounge, episode 109. It's me, Alex, and I've only got with me here today, Addie.
Hey.
We decided to shoot an early podcast before Pink even shows up, because we wanted to waste as little time of the day on this stupid, pathetic little podcast and get on to the real meat of our content, Tabletop Simulator.
We are going to play Texas tabletop game for 4 hours for a good cause. We are raising money to fund us.
We're just using it to fund us. That's the charity.
Yeah.
We are using it to pay for my new hot tub. It's a good
We are
cause.
we are paying it to we are using the money to pay for a new Caucasian wife.
Don't say those things while I'm drinking water, man. Alright. If Pink comes on during the middle of the podcast, we'll ask him about his things. But until then, you know anything that's coming out on your channel this week?
Just the usual shit, probably.
Alright. For my channel this week, I did miss doing any content this past week because I've just been so fucking busy with Christmas and New Year's and visiting with family and all kinds of shit. And it sucks, but hey, my videos get like, 1 to 7 views a video, so it doesn't matter that much. This week, I do intend to get back into it. So, on Thursday, there will be Total War Medieval 2 again. And on Tuesday will probably be the first episode of Dark Souls 2. And on Saturday, another part of Civ 6 with Soon and Pink.
Yeah, I started shooting shit for my second channel, just one-offs and stuff like that, but like I didn't find what the videos came out as particularly funny, so I might have to freaking run it by you guys to see if it's worth releasing at all.
None of my solo stuff is funny. It is just me talking about the games.
Mine is not even that, dude. Like, I played freaking Super Lucky still. And basically all of the content is just me going OVO because freaking one of the world antagonist of the first 4 or 5 levels is this cat who makes cat puns, so I figured it was appropriate.
Yeah, it sounds appropriate. I mean, it's different strokes for different folks. I mean, I think all of our solo channels are going to be winding up quite a bit different from the main channel.
Yeah.
Other than that, what's going to be happening on the main channel this week?
That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. So, Game of Tycoon Part 4.
Okay.
That series ended like half a year ago, by the way. So, but yeah, Game of Tycoon Part 4. The one where Pink and I cheat to actually finish the game because we've been through this. Yeah.
There are some series that, like, going in, you know you need to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, the idea was because the idea behind the whole Game of Tycoon series was that I would try showing Pink what the game is through an actual through actual gameplay with like some mods that enhance the vanilla gameplay but not cheating. And then after that company went bankrupt, I was like, you know what, let's just put cheat mode on in case you want to skip some things. Because
the thing is that Game Dev Tycoon is such a bizarrely difficult game.
Oh, we won! The second time we won. We skipped more time than there was in the game, but we won. We didn't go bankrupt.
You cheated, didn't you?
I don't remember how much of the money that we amassed at that point was freaking cheated in and how much of it was actually earned.
I mean, if you cheated at all, then you didn't win. You just cheated.
Yeah, we saw the ending.
You saw the ending, but you didn't win.
Eh.
I can go on YouTube and fucking watch the ending. That doesn't mean I beat it.
It doesn't have an ending, dude. It's just summarizing the stats of the thing.
Yeah. I'm not saying, like, that's not the important part here. You're missing the important part. The important part is if you cheated to win, you didn't win.
I disagree.
Right, you can disagree with me as much as you like and continue to be fucking wrong.
Speaking of wrong, I found out that freaking K is K dash, so SNK is wrong.
K is K dash. Yes, it's very weird, despite the fact, yeah, he's got an apostrophe after his name, but you call him K
Yeah,
dash.
he's not freaking K dash. If anything, he's Capostrophe.
K apostrophe.
Yeah.
Huh. That's Japan's got that whole weird thing where they think English letters are cool. Like
That's why I just call him. Yeah,
no, go ahead.
I just call him K. Like that part of his name is not up for debate.
I call him K dash because if I called him K, that somehow seems too ambiguous. Like it's not specific.
I feel like K dash sounds like shit.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't sound great, but it doesn't sound awful either. It's definitely far from the worst name in KOF. I mean, what's the name of the pop star chick in KOF 14?
I don't freaking know, but the one that popped to my mind was K2000.
K2000. Oh fuck. Yeah, that one was pretty rough. Not as rough as the character himself, but still.
Yeah.
The sheer
Right,
balls it took to just straight up rip off fucking Akira.
And then on the 10th we have Guilty Gear Rev 2 coming out.
Yeah, that's like part 3, isn't it?
No, part 2.
Ah. Right, the first one was Answer to Pot.
Yeah.
Alright. So, Addy, what you been up to this week?
Not a whole lot. Most of the week was spent replaying Yakuza 0.
Okay, why did you want to replay Yakuza 0 specifically?
Well, I didn't want to, but so sometimes my mom is interested in video games, and she doesn't play them because she can't get around 3D cameras. So I play the games and she just watches them for the story, basically.
Yeah.
And so that's why she
Huh?
just she was interested in Yakuza.
Ah, okay. How far did you get?
We're at chapter 15, I think.
Okay, so farther than I've ever got.
Yeah. And basically, well, let's see how can I talk about shit without spoilers. But basically, she feels that Nishikiyama is underused, and that's about it.
To be fair, Nishiki is already, like, people who played Yakuza 1 already know about Nishiki, so that's probably why he doesn't see much use in 0.
Yeah.
Like, there's not much point to showing off the character that you know is going to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I've not played Yakuza 1, I've not read its story, I've not seen anything of Yakuza 1, and I still know that Nishiki does what Nishiki does.
Yeah, Nishiki goes off the deep end. Well, not really the deep end, but he does use a revolutionary new style of hair gel.
Yeah. As if his original hair wasn't bad enough.
Yeah. And then after that, I re-downloaded the Yakuza 7 demo just so I can show it to her, because she's seen the trailer, but I feel like the demo is, more information to take
Yeah.
in. As we discussed on the Discord, she thought that it was basically a bad joke, which, yeah,
It is.
kinda.
It's literally an April Fool's joke that people took seriously, and so like, I remember at the time people said, like, oh, you could make a Yakuza RPG and it'd probably be fun, and I guess the Yakuza team took it as, oh, get rid of the Yakuza series and just replace it with RPGs. Like, no, that's not what we fucking said at all.
Yeah, that's the thing with freaking some dev studios. It's like some of the shit that they do would work for spin-offs, but then they do it in the main series.
I feel like this is specifically a Japan problem.
I don't know, dude. Freaking Ubisoft.
That's true, but I think Ubisoft, in the case of Class, like, In the case of classic Assassin's Creed, I think they torched the classic Assassin's Creed formula for a reason, because the critics bitched about it so much.
Because obviously
Like,
you
okay,
can't.
making video
Yeah,
games costs money, and if the video game does not make money back when you sell it, then it's sunk money. Like the trouble is that Yakuza was still going strong mainline as a franchise, whereas Assassin's Creed was starting to hit kind of a downturn.
honestly, with the freaking quality of the new gen games, I kind of wish that freaking Assassin's Creed died on the 360.
I mean, like Unity definitely stunk up the place, and people also weren't fans of Syndicate.
Yeah, I like Syndicate, but Syndicate does have like large problems, like glaring issues,
Like,
and then
the
yeah,
series just got more buggy with each game too.
actually no.
Do you
I've had
remember Unity at launch?
Well, yes, I remember Unity at launch, but like I actually haven't seen a lot of bugs from Syndicate or any of the new games. Well, aside from visual shit that wasn't a bug or in Odyssey, but the most buggy Assassin's Creed game that I've played was probably 4.
Yeah,
Because
I can see that with the ship stuff. I don't believe I would say that even still after the updates, Unity is buggier though. Like whatever the
there
fuck
is
was happening
there
in
is
our
most there is most certainly more clipping, like that's for sure.
yes, there's definitely more clipping, but clipping is clipping. Like, I mean, do you remember what happened when we played Unity multiplayer? How Pink and I couldn't kill anyone?
Ah, yeah.
Like, I remember in Unity when I rented it at launch, and I didn't run into the people with no freaky skin, but I remember flying carriages, I remember floating people, I remember people walking through walls.
Floating people is not a bug, dude. Well, it's not a bug. It's actually depending on where they are, it could be a bug or it could be an issue with how the game spawns people. Because when I play Unity, rarely, but when I do play it, sometimes I do see people floating above the like barriers that are on the streets and shit. Because the game tries to spawn them in as I walk, but the barrier is there, so they just kind of spawn above it, like 15 centimeters, and they just stand there.
I think that's still a bug.
I feel like that's just shitty spawn algorithms.
Well, it is shitty spawn algorithms, but every bug was made from somebody fucking up code, so. Or just
I
not thinking
guess.
stuff out. The. I mean, if we're just going to consider all clipping bugs, every game outside of a select few like Resident Evil 4 is fucking buggy.
Oh no, when I say clipping, I mean like freaking phasing through objects as you run.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Now, do you just mean like when you jump over a thing, Kenway's foot goes inside the thing for a little bit, but he jumps over it anyways? Or do you mean like honestly, like Kenway goes into the world and then fucking falls
Oh
through?
no. I'm talking about Unity. Unity has this thing where if you run into objects at a certain angle, the game has a chance to spawn you on the other side with a speed boost.
Oh, speedrun strats.
Yeah, but like it only works if there's like a box next to a freaking building or something. But sometimes the game does that instead of doing a vault or um, just climbing the box. Arno will run into it for like half a second and then spawn on the other side, running faster than he can in the game. And then the game slows him down. But yeah,
Somehow I love stupid stuff like that. Like that
there
kind
was
of
also there was
that kind of
there was
stupid
also the
shit.
time. There was also the time I might have a recording of it somewhere, but I doubt it. There was one time when there's this chest next to the riverbank, and it's like on a dock. And as I was opening it up, for one, an NPC was spawned inside the chest. They
They
were
were the
they
treasure.
were they were in the chest upwards
It's a
or your
mimic.
torso upwards, and then after that. once Arno did his opening the chest animation, he spawned in the air. The camera went a bit apeshit. Then the game realized that Arno was in the air, so they spawned him like, I don't know, 15 like steps behind where he was supposed to be.
Oh fuck.
So Unity quality.
Okay, I've got a question. How many times playing Mad Max for PS4? How many times did you clip into the map in that game?
uh, no times actually.
Really?
Yeah.
There were several times where I crashed into a cliffside too hard and I spawned inside the cliff. And
Oh,
the
I
enemies
never
would
had
still
similar
try to get
issues.
me.
I never had issues like that.
Crazy. I had one time the game got confused because I was standing next to a slope, and I got out of hot air balloon next to a slope. The game flipped out, launched Max down the slope, went flying, glided into the earth, and fucking died.
Huh.
I love physics bugs. Have you ever seen Psychonauts speedrun?
No.
I once saw someone speedrun the Psychonauts for PS2 in front of the devs, and it has the most delightful physics glitch. So you can do a ground pound attack in that game. You can also do a double jump. Someone figured out that if you ground pound and then double jump at the exact moment, like right before you hit the ground, you'll do the double jump, but you'll go flying with the momentum of the ground pound. And you can use that to launch across the entirety of the game world.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It was fantastic to see, particularly because the devs were there and they didn't know about it. So they just went, what the fuck? Like, there was nothing like seeing a game dev watch a speedrun glitch happen and they try to figure out how it happened. Because you or me, we see a speedrun glitch and we're like, well, that was weird. But a video game dev is like, hang on, what? I made that. How'd that happen?
My favorite speedrun strat is in Miami Vice.
What's that?
So in Miami Vice, you can skip I don't know how many seconds by randomly getting the character to step on the ledge and then crouching into a box. Like the thing is, you can't actually move into the box or like too close to it because there's an invisible wall. But if you start debagging next to it, you just get teleported into it.
Well, how does
And then,
that speed it up?
well, it's like a chance thing because most of the freaking speedrun strats in that game are based on RNG somehow. But sometimes you just crouch down once and then you spawn back into the box and then you can go. Sometimes I saw the guy doing it and he just had to freaking debug there for like half a minute before he got teleported into the box.
I love the fucking bugs that do that kind of thing, and it saves so much time that the guy can afford to sit there for a minute trying to make it work. Because it would honestly be faster than just doing it the proper way.
Another one is there's this like cruiser or something or like a villa with windows next to the doors and the door is locked. But you can sometimes stand on the ledges of the windows. It's not every time, but you can sometimes do it. And if you can do it, you can go through the windows.
Oh.
And the thing is, if you can go through one of the windows, I from what I remember, you go to the end of the level.
Oh man, it's good the like clipping ones. I'm also a fan of when they figure out the kinds of mechanics the game dev never intended. Like in Dark Souls, all of the Souls games have a thing where when you fall off a ledge, the camera moves up to watch you fall, right?
Yeah.
There are some falls in the game that won't kill you, but they trigger that camera anyways on accident. The game gets confused and thinks you died there, and so it won't load in any more assets. So speedrunners use that to walk through walls or locked doors. They'll trick the game into thinking they're dead and then just go and fucking run straight to the final boss. It's honestly
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah. I've lost interest in speedrunning. Honestly, like I get that it takes a lot of effort and shit, but like it after a while it just gets tiring seeing basically the same thing done to every game. So instead of that, sometimes I find animation channels that like take actual speedruns and just animate those. So it's like freaking. So it's like an animation of Wind Waker, and Link just like teleports behind the bird people, hits one of them on the head with a stick, and then he starts sliding out of the room while flipping the bird.
Oh god. I mean, you can watch speed. There are speed runs that ban glitches like that. Like I forget what the name is. They could just be called no
Glitchless.
glitch runs.
They're
Glitchless.
genuinely glitchless. Yeah.
Glitchless. I don't know. I get a kick out of seeing people break games. That's part of my thing.
Eh. I I don't know.
Like there are some franchises that a big part of the enjoyment franchises is the big part of the enjoyment is seeing people break the game. Devil May Cry 4, people figured out a way to get Nero to fly. Because you know how he gets the charged revolver shot later in Devil May Cry 5?
Yeah.
He can buy that immediately in Devil May Cry 4. And somebody figured out in Devil May Cry 4 that if you time the charging of the revolver shot correctly while also doing the little air slash in between, you can have Nero just fly over any obstacle in the game, using the revolver to propel him.
Meanwhile, in DMC Devil May Cry, you just jump.
Yeah.
There you go. Fight.
To be fair, Nero also has that mechanic. It's just not as easy for him to do.
Well, yeah, because he doesn't have a sight.
No. Well, dude, it's even easier in Devil May Cry Reboot because you just have that rope that doesn't even do any damage. You just pull guys up, jump off them, then pull them up, jump off them again and again.
Oh, that's not how I did it.
Oh no!
I did it in a combo. I launched them. I jump up, and then the sight has like a move where he
Pulls
grab
them up.
if it hits them, it pulls them up. So just pull them up, jump, pull them up, jump, and that's it.
Oh man, the issue with that is that they'd eventually die.
They, I have reached like probably either the top of the freaking whatchamacallit. I want to call it the sandbox, but
Skybox.
it's not that. Yeah, the skybox. I've either reached the top of the skybox or went through it before doing that, and the guy didn't die. And the guy only died once I fell back down.
See, here's the thing I actually admire about DMC Devil May Cry doing that. They knew you could do that. Because there are a lot of secrets in DMC Devil May Cry that can only be reached through that.
It's a feature.
Yeah, the fucking mission where you have to, like, protect Virgil while he's hacking a computer or some stupid shit like that. On top of the computer desk that Virgil's working on, there's a fucking blue orb. And you can only get to it by jumping off an enemy and pulling him up. It's fantastic. It's fucking stupid, and I love it.
You grab Virgil. I'm sorry, brother, but it has to be done.
Oh, man, I think Dante can still do it in Devil May Cry 5 as well. He just has to use the Rose Taunt. The air taunt. You did use Dante's air taunt, right?
I don't know.
Where he throws a rose, and if the rose hits an enemy, it pops them up.
Maybe.
Yeah, because that is one of Dante's best tools in Devil May Cry 5. I love that kind of stupid shit. Just breaking the game to make the most stupid characters. Like, the enemies don't even know what the fuck to do about. Oh, man. Alright. What else did you do this week, man?
Let's see. Well, I tried getting back into Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight, the game I still see constant praise for.
Yeah, it's a Metroidvania, so you know why I'm having a hard time with it. Well, that and it's also like inspired by Dark Souls, and it wouldn't be an issue if like I'm not sure if it's my controllers, or if it's me, or if it's the game. But sometimes jumping doesn't actually work on press. And I was like, because I did it with my arcade stick, because it's a 2D game, so whatever, might as well. So I did it, and I was like, well, maybe I'm just not used to playing these kinds of games on the arcade stick. Maybe I should try it with a controller. I tried it back with my controller. It's the same shit.
That is
It's like,
strange, but some games have startup frames on jumping. Like I feel
but
like
it's
most of the Castlevanias have had startup frames on jump.
but it's not just jumping, because like from what I remember, sometimes the jump doesn't come out, which whatever I might have just thought that I pressed the button. That's all. That's also a possibility. But then while jumping, sometimes the attack doesn't come out, and
Ooh. I mean,
yeah,
I need to put in time with Hollow Knight so I can see what you're talking about. It's on
it's
Game Pass,
freaking
right?
yeah. Oh, it is. Yeah, actually, it is.
Ah, shit, I need to do that sometime.
Yeah, I bought the game on the PS4, so that's where I played it.
Ah!
Yeah, I bought it like 2 months before they added it to Game Pass.
Oh, that fucking sucks. I think I've done the same thing, though. I forget what game it was, but there's definitely some game I bought, and then, like, the next month it was on PS Plus. Like, fuck.
But yeah, so that Hollow Knight. Otherwise, I'm liking Hollow Knight because, like, I like the art,
Oh, yeah.
but it's a Metroidvania, which isn't my preferred genre, and the freaking weird ass control issues that I'm having just make it hard to get through.
Ugh. Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
like something I need to look into, and maybe I can talk more about it with you.
Then I played Tekken 6, and hot take, I actually might like Tekken 6 better than Tekken 2
Gameplay wise or customization wise?
overall.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, customization wise, definitely, but
Yeah,
you know,
because like I was cynical a little bit when you said it had the best customization. I was like, oh bullshit! It was the first one to really have customization. No way it did it best. I looked. There are no generic items.
there aren't.
No. Like Tekken Tag 2,
Oh,
where every character has 2 or 3 unique sets, but otherwise the same generic sets. Not the same
oh
here.
yeah.
Every character has unique sets, unique hairstyles, unique clothes, everything.
Okay, it doesn't make too much sense then, because freaking Lee doesn't get a whole lot of good costumes. He just gets like three. One of them is his Tech 2 Ghost Battle outfit, which is the freaking S&M shit.
Yeah.
Then he has a Tekken shoe. What's that name? Freaking Tekken Forts. There we go. you know, I totally remember the freaking Japanese name somehow. Whatever. The Tekken Force outfit, which looks weird on him, and then he has like the 1200s French freaking lord outfit.
The fucking military gear looks awful on everybody. Like
Yeah,
Dragunov's Player 1 outfit and default Player 1 outfit in Tekken 6 is so bad.
I made it work. Gave him a large coat. I mean, basically, I made him a character from Metro,
Yeah.
more or less, which
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, just replace it. Just replace it with something better.
Like I just gave him a like more plated pants, a longer coat, a gas mask, and a hat. Basically, I was also like, you know what? Because one of the customization items that Lee has is like this. He has a pimp coat, I guess.
As you should.
Yeah, and I mean, it wouldn't be too bad, but they use the freaking same like. I, I'm not sure if it's the same model, but it's very similar. It's like they worked off of each other's models with the like long sleeved shit, because he has uh like a dress shirt that joins in the like middle. He has the pimp coat which joins in the middle. He has some other like a hoodie that also joins in the middle. It just looks like garbage. But like I wanted to make him into Mr. Big because yeah, and and I couldn't because Lee has no pants. He has two pants. He has the army pants, which yeah, and then he has the S&M pants, which are just shorts. So yeah, I guess I'll have to make Heihachi into Mr. Me or something. But yeah, the customization is a lot better. Gameplay wise, I don't actually see a whole lot of difference. Like, I
Balance
like
is
how
fine.
well, yeah, balances, but well, I actually don't. I actually haven't seen bounce too much, like or bound rather. But yeah, I haven't seen bound too much. Not playing against the AI.
Right, the AI
But
might not pull it out, but you need to.
eh.
It,
Also,
it's
yeah.
a tool that you're just ignoring, man.
Uh, what was I going to say? Yeah, the ghost battle I feel is better structured because in Tech 2 and upwards, when you go into ghost battle, you fight people on your level, like on the character's level,
Yeah.
and then you move through the ranks. In this game, if you can beat a Raijin, then you beat a Raijin, then you fight a Tekken Lord.
Huh.
Like I went all the way to Raijin, which is like I think two ranks or like two colors below Tekken God. I fought like a Raijin or something like that at 6th KU with Lee.
Huh.
And I feel like that's a better way to balance it. Like if I can beat them in that run, like if I can go through the ranks, just beating people like that, then I should be able to. It's not like they just make it easier to level up. So like it's literally just you fight for the same amount of matches to level up, but you just get a better challenge.
I mean, it's definitely more convenient for us, but I can see where later in the series they undid it because they wanted there to be more of a progression and for the player to have to put in more time.
Eh, I feel like that's the fighting game equivalent of freaking removing all of the content so you can sell time savers.
I mean, just about everything is full of padding. Alright, anyways, anything else?
Well, I also played through the story mode and uh, I might actually like it better than the freaking cinematic story mode we got in 7. Because it's not
Uh,
like yeah.
is it the fucking goofy shit where you play as where it's a beat 'em up?
Yes.
I remember that
Like
being super fucking weird.
it is because like here's the thing with 3 we had actually freaking Tekken Force mode probably is what what it was called, but I forget. In 3 we had that which was just a more or less classical beat 'em up. In 5 we got I don't know what the hell we had in 4. With 5 we got Devil Within, which was a DMC style 3D beat 'em up. I mean, I guess it was DLC style. That's the closest thing that I
Yeah.
can come up with. Then with this game, we got like a mix of the two. Somehow, like it is very weird, but you actually you can get used to it. The thing that I dislike about it the most is the fact that it has RPG stats.
Yep. I remember that.
But yeah, but otherwise, I actually didn't mind it too much because literally, I'm pretty sure that literally after the first mission, you get to unlock one character that you can play through the game with if you don't like Lars, which I
Oh yeah, you,
appreciate.
you replace Lars immediately, as you should.
Yeah, so in my game, the freaking the story was Lee Chaoran reading himself, because why not?
Yep. You know what the
But
fucking wild thing is?
yeah,
The dialogue actually changing.
that's what I was going to point out actually. that was wild because I was like, well, they're just gonna have freaking him say like Lars's thing pop up and just go with that. No, Lee actually comments on the shit. There's actual story to be had here.
Oh,
Like it's not a lot. It's not a lot of story, but it's there.
here's the thing. I swapped out mine for Dragunov because obviously, and Dragunov's mute, so Dragunov didn't say anything in all of the segments. I just assumed that it was Lars's dialogue, and Lars for some reason Lars was just playing stoic.
Yeah, I didn't realize that it was Lee, like specifically Lee talking, until I think like I don't remember what set me off specifically, but like the part that I remember being like a big thing is going up against Kazuya, and he's like, "I've been going after you for 20 years. You're gonna die." And
Excellent.
yeah, my favorite part of the game was when Alisa goes apeshit. She gets replaced by Raven, and Raven and Lee go to a working, like I think it's a town with a working volcano that freaking Kazuya set on fire just to make sure, and but they just look at each other and they go, "No." Like that's the starting dialogue of the level. They just don't want to be there.
The
And like yeah.
team of Lee and Raven is basically just the heroes of Tekken now. Like the
Team
only
Legs.
two good people outside of maybe Xiao Yu that are actually competent.
That the thing is, like I liked Lee and Raven bantering. I wish I could replace Alisa as well, so I could have freaking Lee and Steve bantering.
Well, just have all your fucking crossover fanfics.
I mean, it's already a thing in the story because if you go to Steve's level with Lee, Steve has a freaking fangirl thing going on. Because before Lee got picked up by Heihachi, he was actually like a Street Fighter,
Ha!
and so he has a name.
Oh man. What?
Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
There'd be a lot of weird combinations of like, boy, I wonder how Miguel would behave if he was introduced to, I don't know, Leo or whatever. But there's also a lot of combinations of like, oh, Heihachi and Kazuya. Hey, son, sorry I threw you in the volcano twice.
I feel like Heihachi and Kazuya going through scenario campaign together would just be like freaking Dante and was it Dante? It might be Dante. I forget. It was either Dante or Rocket and freaking bloody hell. Why do I forget his name?
Fucking Marduk and Armor King. Whoopsie doodles. Sorry I killed the last guy.
You joke, but freaking King and Marduk go at you as a team.
Oh no, I know King and Marduk are a big team now. That's part of the whole thing is that King finally forgave Marduk. But like Marduk and Armor King, because Armor King hasn't forgiven shit.
That maybe we should consider freaking showing off the gen because that has online co-op.
What?
Scenario campaign has online co-op.
Oh, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, and it's just online. So yeah, maybe we'll look into it. Probably not, but who knows?
Yeah.
I think it would be fun. But then I'm also really used to how it plays. Because like you just need to have the freaking your finger on the switch targets button.
I would imagine so, yes.
But yeah, I like Tekken 6. I thought that it was shit for the longest time because it didn't look good. Like I don't know, freaking 10 years ago, but as I've played it, like yeah.
The stages I've seen look fucking rad, I'll say that.
I like the stages and I actually like the music better than Tech 2 as well.
I mean, Tag 2 is going to be a lot more upbeat, and you're not the kind of guy who enjoys upbeat music.
I can enjoy upbeat music, but not when it's everything.
Tekken 6 just is in the unfortunate place of it's caught between Tekken 5, Tag 2, and Tekken 7, all three of which are considered some of the biggest winners of the entire series. So pales in
Yeah,
comparison. Like, there's only one bad Tekken 4. And even then, Tekken 4 is really only bad because of wall combos, lol.
there's only one bad Tekken. That's by degrees.
I've genuinely never seen footage of Death by Degrees in my life.
I have, but not too much. It's like imagine if Devil with him but was with Nina. Basically, is how I can describe it.
So you mean just Tekken 6's scenario campaign if you play as Nina?
No, because scenario campaign plays like the normal fights, but with a lock-on system, so you can have free movement when you're not actually fighting. Devil Within was just straight up, like freaking a DMC clone, more or less.
Ah, okay.
Only I think Devil or Dead by Degrees was more grounded. Like you couldn't do air combos and shit in that.
Right, because you're
Maybe I
not
don't
Devil
know.
Jin.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Anything else?
Uh. Well, I played a shit ton of Skate just to unlock shit for when we'll actually record it. But I guess that's it.
Wait, I got a question.
Yeah.
Can you eventually unlock customizations and make your character look like M. Bison?
No, but you can make your character probably look like Jerry the King Lawler because there's a crown for that.
No. What's the point if I can't be M. Bison?
To be to be cool, DC man. I I finished like four freaking what you call it, like mission types, I guess, and all of them have been brought to you by DC.
Oh yeah. It will. It is probably the saddest lost recording of the entire history of our channel that we lost the original Skate 3 recording. The foot.
No, I think the saddest lost recording of our entire channel is Pink becoming a freaking mix-up beast in
that
Dragon Ball Z Fighters.
that's pretty bad too. That one's pretty bad. Like that moment was good. I feel like that moment was good because you and I just kept talking through all of it. And then I just interrupt the conversation midway through with, Addy, are you fucking seeing this, by the way? And you just say, I am seeing this.
But Dragon Ball Fighters dropped down to like $5, and I told Pink, and he was like, "No," which
Obviously
fair,
not.
fair.
Um,
I feel like we'd like freaking cross tag Blaze Blue cross tag better just because it's like I feel like I played the
easier.
demo of cross tag. Well, not that it's easier. It's just Blaze Blue cross tag while being a dumbed down version of most of the games it included. Uh, Still is well, just better to play because my issue with DBZ is that it doesn't feel good to me to actually fight.
Yeah.
Like I get that it's deep, and I get that there's more than just auto combos, but you know,
Like, as
like
much as you
if it's
hate
yeah.
auto combos, you're going to have that problem with every hyper fighting game. Because every hyper fighting game offers auto combos.
I don't I don't dislike the idea of auto combos. I just think, well, it's not even the auto combos themselves, because that's an issue as well. But like, I feel like Guilty Gear did it good with Exert in having freaking like basic motions instead of like hair circle back. And the issue I had with that is that it changed too much of the normals, like how you deal with the normals for it to work. Like I'm not sure how they do it to make it work, but I feel like stylish modes should be like your introduction to how to play the game without having to worry about the motions. And then you go into technical, and then you actually learn the motions once you have a good base.
Maybe.
Like that to me, that would make sense because it makes it easier to learn the game. It makes it more approachable because nobody says that you can't play stylish against a technical player. But it also doesn't teach you freaking stupid shit that you won't be able to use once you actually try to learn motions.
Maybe. I've just never put that much thought into the stylish and simple modes versus technical. The to get back to the thing, like, what were you saying about Dragon Ball?
That when I fought Pig for like freaking 4 hours straight, just stealing his soul bit by bit with Ginyu, it it's that like he wasn't having fun because he couldn't do shit because I don't remember if that game even has a burst.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't having fun because I was just on autopilot. So the game didn't give anything to me, a player that knows some parts of what he's doing, and it didn't give anything to the new player because the parts that it was giving were too complex to actually comprehend.
I mean, it was a very momentum heavy fighting game. I'll go ahead and say that. Once one player took the momentum, it was very, very, very difficult for it to transfer back, or for it to go back to neutral. But
So yeah,
Blaze Blue Cross Tag, I mean, I think the problem with Blaze Blue Cross Tag, like gameplay wise, I don't know if there'd be any problem gameplay wise. I don't know. Roster wise, there is no one there that Pink would be interested in. There isn't really anyone there you'd be interested in unless they add the Persona 5 characters.
they have Hazama.
They do have Hazama, yes, that is correct. But do you care about Hazama that much?
Well, my issue with Cross Tag, and the reason that I'm not sure if I want to buy it, is literally just because it has Ruby in it, and I don't want to freaking support that shit.
That is the stupidest fucking reason.
It is, but it's like it's like freaking like I can't come up with a good comparison to something that people are boycotting just because it's garbage.
Like,
But I just don't want to give more money to Rooster Teeth. Like I don't want to support that show.
like just because it bugs you.
Yes.
To me, it's just a modern day Sailor Moon. Like it's inoffensive. I don't enjoy it. Someone does. Yeah. Like it's not the kind of thing that is in danger of really infecting much of the other media that I actually am interested in. It just kind of exists in its own little vacuum where, like, teenage girls really like watching Ruby, whatever. No, like Sailor Moon is no skin off my bones, and neither is Ruby. They're basically the same thing to me. Like, I do like a lot of the people that are involved in Ruby's development because of their content they make as part of Rooster Teeth. So that does play a part in it, and I probably am softer on Ruby because I do like, Lindsay and Barbara and the work they do otherwise. But I just no skin off my bones,
I compare like I just,
Hang on. Okay, here's
yeah.
one. So Naruto is skin off my bones because Naruto has a big influence not only within anime but within pretty much all of Japan's male-focused action products. You understand?
I don't know because Naruto was just like Naruto is basically I forget his name, whatever, the creator's Dragon Ball fanfic, more or less.
Yeah, and it's had about as much influence as Dragon Ball has. Like, it's part of the big three with Dragon Ball and Bleach. And
The victory is not
Bleach has
Bleach.
also had a very big influence, despite the fact that Bleach is
Bleach-
dog shit.
Bleach is not part of the big three. The big three is Dragon Ball, Naruto, and One Piece.
Right, everyone agrees there's a big three, but Naruto and One Piece and Bleach always fight for that third spot.
I like Bleach better, but that's just because I don't like sailing. Or Monkey D. Luffy for that matter.
I like Monkey D. Luffy infinitely more than Goku or Naruto.
Oh, he's better than them, but I still don't like him. I don't know. Bleach was good for the I don't know how many seasons it was, but like the first like 2 seasons or so when he was still like, just kind of getting used to being a Reaper, and then they go to the what's his what Orihime gets kidnapped and brought to the like Spanish land of the dead or whatever the hell, where everybody has like the Spanish names. And they just introduced the worst names or the worst characters rather, just the worst characters that they could.
I know nothing about Bleach. You're speaking another language to me right now. Like
Well, just
the other ones out of the big four, I know, but not Bleach.
basically how I can summarize that thing is that like for one, I watched through all of Naruto. Well, most of Naruto, I think I skipped the filler, but I watched through all of the parts of Naruto that matter. Bleach doesn't have as much filler, and the filler was more fun than freaking that part of the actual story. So that's one. And then, like
I mean, there can be an art
you
to
know,
filler. If you don't suck, if you aren't just an asshole looking to make fan service beach episodes for filler, I mean, you can make filler episodes that still nonetheless fit the characters really well and make for good
true,
moments. I mean, I
but
haven't
like
watched Last Airbender, but supposedly Last Airbender's filler episodes are among their best.
yeah, they were really good. I liked them a lot. But yeah, so the thing, the best way I can summarize that part from what I can gather, because I actually haven't watched Bleach since then, because I quit watching Bleach then and there when they just started freaking being there for like half a year.
The fucking
That's
Sasuke retrieval arc, huh?
that's what I was going to say. So you remember
Guts won't get off the fucking boat.
That's what I was going to say. Like, you remember how I say that all of Naruto Shippuden is just the Sasuke retrieval arc?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the last like 15 seasons of Bleach as well.
Oh man, there's
But
something so stupid about that.
like all of freaking like most of freaking Bleach is the Orihime retrieval arc, and
To
during
be fair,
that,
Sasuke has now been retrieved and Guts has now got off the boat, so I guess there's hope for everyone.
and
I think Guts is off the boat.
and the best thing is that freaking during that time that he's trying to freaking save Orihime, I'm pretty sure Ichigo dies like 30 times, but that is just brought to back to freaking life because he has a Bankai that does that, I guess.
That's Dragon Ball inspiration for you.
Yep.
How many characters have died in One Piece's entire run? Like 3 characters?
I don't know. I checked out One Piece. I checked out One Piece for a bit, and then I just wasn't too interested. Then honestly, the thing that I enjoy most about One Piece is the 4 Kids intro.
Heh. I watched as a kid up until the fucking arc with Crocodile. And part of what worked about One Piece was just the fact that they didn't kill anybody. So they didn't have to pull any bullshit Dragon Ball resurrections if they wanted to bring anybody back. Like, Luffy, if you're a bad person, Luffy kicks your ass, but that's pretty much the end of the story. He doesn't fucking murderize you like Goku would.
He turns into a large barrel and devours you.
Oh god.
That's your punishment.
I'm pretty sure that's actually one of the villain's powers. Like the Midway villain, the guy that enslaved Chop Chop. I'm 90% sure that's what he does. He just eats things, and then when he eats things, he becomes them. Like, I think he eats Luffy's pirate ship, and he gets cannons for arms.
He eats Luffy and then becomes the new protagonist.
Oh, there's definitely a story that's done that. There is definitely... Dude, you just summarized the plot of the first prototype, I think. I think you legitimately just summarized the plot of Prototype 1.
Nice.
Like that's the big ending twist is that you're not really Alex Mercer. You're a disease that ate Alex Mercer and thinks it's Alex Mercer.
Spiders, man.
It's also that's also the plot twist of fucking Swamp Thing under Alan Moore. Is it no? The real Alec Holland is fucking dead. Swamp Thing is just the fucking moss that ate him. Oh Jesus Christ!
One Piece is more influential than I thought. uh,
How many people did Naruto kill back in the day?
uh, well, let's see. There's the guy in the like first 3 episodes that, or actually, I'm pretty sure it's actually the first episode. I forget his name. The one that Iruka saves him from. He's dead. He's definitely not alive. We don't ever see him again.
What about the storm guy
Like
on the bridge? Was that guy killed by Kakashi?
Zabuza.
Zabuza.
Uh, I think he was killed by Gato. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
It was
Naruto
either
seems like a series where everybody else has to step up and kill the people Naruto won't. Like, oh, Naruto can't kill this guy because he's the good guy. Whoops, Sasuke cut him in half. Whoops, Itachi slit his throat.
My favorite thing about like one of my favorite things about Naruto being just stupid as shit. So
How it ruins the
Itachi,
series?
what?
How it ruins
Oh
the
no,
series?
I don't mean Naruto as a character being stupid as shit. I mean the series being stupid as shit.
Ah,
Because there's this part where Itachi, before he dies, meets up with Naruto and he's like, save my brother. Freaking believe me, I won't hit you. Then he sends out a freaking crow, and the crow just like makes himself get eaten by Naruto. Just alive. And then later, when Naruto is fighting with Sasuke, Naruto cuffs up the crow, and the crow actually has plot relevance. Because the thing is, like, there's this whole big fight over Shisui's eyes. Shisui being like Itachi's childhood friend,
yeah.
because he had like he had a Sharingan more powerful than Itachi, and so basically Itachi just murdered a crow or something like that to be able to control it, gouged its eyes out, or at least one of them, gave it one of Shisui's eyes, because the other one was stolen by freaking, I forget his name, whatever,
Kakashi?
who cares? No, the other,
Right, Kakashi took Obido's Toby's eyes.
yeah, the guy who stole the other eye of Shisui is the wannabe fourth Hokage before Kakashi steps up. But yeah, so that, and then after I think it might be after he's dead, Itachi, after he's dead,
Boy, am I glad Soon and Pink
uses
aren't here for this podcast.
uses his bloody Sharingan to put Sasuke in a Genjutsu to make him not kill Naruto or some shit like that.
That sounds stupid.
Yeah, the series has its moments, but it's far and few in between.
It cracks me up that the author needs to protect Naruto so bad, and Sasuke is such a fucking asshole. They had to do stupid magic bullshit to stop Sasuke from killing Naruto.
Yeah,
I
wish.
every time
Yeah,
you talk about Naruto, I hate it more.
one
Which
thing
is
that I
saying
wish
something,
Sasuke
'cause I
did.
hated it from the beginning.
One thing that I wish they did to actually, solidify Sasuke as a villain that needs to be
Which you
reprimanded
knew
was
wasn't happening.
well, yeah, but I still wish it would have been done, because I think it would have actually given something to the series. Was when he kidnapped Sakura to kill her. I wish he would have actually killed her.
Well, everybody wishes somebody would have killed Sakura. Come on.
I mean, yeah,
Like,
true.
part of the problem with Sasuke is Sasuke's got big school shooter energy. I'm not wrong.
No, not. I mean, he did kill all of those samurai.
Oh yeah, totally. Didn't he fucking invade like the fucking big ninja clan leader meeting and kill like a dozen guards on the way in?
Yes.
Those guys had families, but I'm sure Naruto doesn't care because Sasuke's his friend.
Depending on whether you trust the like show's canon, because the show doesn't show him going through the like the whole place. So depending on whether you trust the show's canon or the game's canon, he either killed a couple and then didn't get into all of skirmishes,
The
or he killed a
fucking video.
shit ton.
Yeah, I remember playing that section in the video game and being like, oh, Sasuke. So Sasuke's totally a bad guy, right? Now, right? Like, they aren't going back on this because he's killing all of these innocent people. Oh no, I forgot it's Naruto. Could you imagine if the series actually, honest to God, ended with Naruto getting this? No, you know what? I'm gonna actually say the reverse of what you wanted to happen. You know that part where Sakura is like, Sasuke's crossed the line, I need to kill him?
That would have been a good development as well, yeah.
Could you imagine if they actually had Sakura fucking murder Sasuke on that bridge? How that would have changed the entire series?
If they would have done that, then that would have been hype, and it would have actually given Sakura a character aside from...
She'd go from the worst character to the best.
Yeah.
And it's really great because her whole thing at that point is just that she's really fucking strong. So she just punches his head clean off his shoulders. Naruto just sees Sasuke's head flying over the horizon. His decapitated head. Guys, I'm off to save Sasuke. Then it just lands in front of him, rolling, leaving a blood trail.
I wish there was more fight scenes like freaking Itachi and Sasuke's stupid shit. Because like, according to the canon, anybody can use Genjutsu. It's not gonna be freaking Sharingan level, but they can use Genjutsu. So I wish there was more stupid shit like freaking, as you say, Sakura punching off Sasuke's head, and like if they don't actually want to do it, just make it a Genjutsu. But like the most fun fight scene in the whole series to me was Itachi versus Sasuke, because Sasuke kills Itachi, and then Itachi, with his dying breath, like points to the side, and then Sasuke looks to the side, and Itachi is sitting on the throne. And it's just the stupidest shit, but I love it. Like at least that was fun. Unlike most of the series.
Yeah. Oh man. Fuck.
I wish there was quality shonen shit.
I mean, there's a variety of problems with Naruto, starting with the fact that Naruto is dog shit. Naruto himself is a problem. But like the key problem, the key problem I'll always have with every one of the shonen is just that the main character is the only character who has a point to his existence. Everyone else exists like in fucking orbit of them. Which is part of why I like One Piece, because One Piece doesn't do that. Like, Luffy's strong, yeah, but so is everyone else on his crew, and they each get their own character moments, and each of them several get their own big fights.
Yeah, that's a part that I liked about, because part one was actually trying to do that as well.
When Naruto sucked shit.
Yeah. Like, part one is better than part two just because part one has an actual cast of characters instead of it being just Team 7 or Team 11. I forget which one they are, whatever. So, like, instead of it being just Team Kakashi, it's actually, here's Team Kakashi, they're the protagonists. Then there's also Team Guy, Team Asuma, Team... I forget the characters' names, whatever. But my point being that if you didn't like the protagonists, well, obviously you'll see them more, but you still got moments where you could go, oh, I like this character, and they got their moment, or they have a point, or they did something cool.
Well,
Part two doesn't have that.
Yeah. I mean, how many characters outside of Goku get cool moments in Dragon Ball 1 and Dragon Ball Z?
Omega Shenron, I guess.
Mega Shenron, Piccolo gets his moment where he sacrifices himself to save Gohan. Gohan gets when he killed Cell. Krillin got to cut off Frieza's tail. That was alright. That's about it. Trunks, yeah, when Trunks fucking destroyed Frieza, that was pretty good. But, like, other than that, I mean, with Naruto, like, my experience with Naruto is, like, limited to watching, like, the fucking very start of, like, the original Naruto, like, the exams, and then playing the game for my knowledge of Shippuden. But it seems to be, like, Naruto, like, for one thing, obviously just torched the character of Naruto. But even throughout to Shippuden, when they became less important, still the best parts of the series were Gaara and Kakashi.
Yeah, the best part of the series were always the side characters. Only the difference being between the original series and Shippuden is that in the original they actually got the chance to shine. In Shippuden they don't. Like Gaara is sometimes useful, not usually though. Kakashi
Gaara and Kakashi still tie for the most useful side characters though, which is saying a lot.
But then you have guys like Neji. And then she had this whole big like arc as a part of the main story in the first series, and all of Neji's contributions in Shippuden is die.
Yeah, I was about to say die so Naruto can fuck his sister.
Yeah,
die so Naruto can get his dick wet.
And then we have guys like Kiba, who was an adversary to Naruto in the first when he got introduced, but then grew to be more friendly with him as the time went on. Shippuden, he doesn't do a lot more. Like he's there, but he isn't really. And then in freaking Boruto, he's genuinely like I'm pretty sure. I watched until like the 50th episode or something like that, and he only showed up in person once, and then we saw him in advertisements twice.
He'll be in the fighting game.
Yeah. But you know, so like just the arc of how characters are used of part one might get a chance, might get a cool moment. Like Rock Lee got a pretty good cool moment.
Dude, I was about to start talking about Rock Lee.
Rock Lee got a cool moment against not Sakon. Sakon was the spider guy, I think.
Didn't Rock Lee at the very start of the series get his shit pushed in by Neji?
Maybe that. What I remember is that
isn't that why Naruto hates Neji at the start of the first season?
No, Naruto hates Neji because Neji hit Hinata.
Yeah, Neji was a piece of shit, wasn't he?
Neji was a piece of shit, yes.
It's kind of what made him entertaining, because everyone else in the Leaf Village is just goody-goody. And then Neji's a gigantic piece of shit.
Yeah. And he's like, the thing is, like, in Shippuden, he's still kind of a piece of shit, but like he's better about it. Like,
he's a piece of shit, but now Naruto has to put up with him because he's his brother-in-law.
Yeah. But yeah, Rock Lee.
Naruto is a poor fucking judge of character.
Yes. I mean, hey, he kept Orochimaru alive, so you know.
Right, but then that somehow worked out, because now Orochimaru is a perfectly good person. Fucking, go figure. Like, Sasuke turned out to be worse than Orochimaru. Like, say what you will about Orochimaru. Orochimaru did not hit it and quit it. Sasuke fucking did.
Orochimaru is the freaking... like, Orochimaru is the... bloody, like, Unit 137 or something like that in the Japanese army who did all the freaking experiments on people. Sasuke is the freaking unit that did the rape of Nanking.
Ah. Yeah.
I think that's fair. But yeah. Rock Lee, going back to Rock Lee, like he got not one but two cool moments, because everybody freaking remembers the time he threw down the bloody weights from his legs and just started teleporting. He was just that fast. He looks like shit, but God, man, is he fast.
And then I have seen several people say Rock Lee should have been the main character.
I don't know if Rock Lee could have been the main character, but like he did better on Naruto in most cases. But I'm not sure if he could drive the whole series on his back.
Well, the thing is that a lot of people interpret the main theme of Naruto to be hard work pays off, but that doesn't work because Naruto is like God's favorite child, and just.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas Rock Lee, the world fucking hates Rock Lee, but Rock Lee keeps going anyways.
Yeah, and and like the thing is with Rock Lee is that as I said, he gets two good moments. One of them he shares with Gara, I guess, because he becomes the Flash, and the Gara is just like, no you, and then breaks his leg and arm, and then after yeah,
Can I mention that when I was a kid, I thought Naruto was very, very similar to Harry Potter? We've got a primary trio of two
overrated,
boys. What?
overrated.
Well, partially, yes. Naruto's a lot more overrated than Harry Potter. But it follows it.
I don't know.
No. Harry Potter is vastly better than Naruto. That's not even a comparison.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm freaking out. I can't express myself. Like I'm not trying to say that Naruto is comparable in quality, but I think when you look at actually I might be wrong because I was going to say that maybe if you look at how people react to it in in a group with what they did, or like how big they are, then how much people like them might be comparable. But I don't know.
Everything
Japan exists.
everything is overrated and everything is underrated.
Yeah.
But like Harry Potter, when I saw Naruto, I was like, all right, so it's about a school of young children with crazy superpowers learning how to control their powers. Our main trio is two boys and a girl, the main one of which is the chosen one, but is also a pariah that everybody that he grew up with hates. There is a rival character who is a tremendous dickhead, but still nonetheless has a good heart. There is a loser side character who is secretly a badass and no one really knows. The main villain is a snake person who was cast out from the same group that our characters are from. Who one of the main character's classmates will go to join, and it doesn't really work out for him. There is a major older figure present at the main character's group who pretends to be a part of the bad guys, but he's actually not. He's got long black hair, and he's obsessed with the past, and vengeance for the past is still what defines him as a person. Like,
And
the series
we have the
didn't
uncle.
end in the same way, because then that would mean in Harry Potter, Neville went on to go do nothing, and then Voldemort got forgiven, but,
Yeah. And then we also have the uncle figure who probably should be in jail.
Yep, the uncle that definitely should be in jail. We've got the old master that dies before the finale.
Oh no, I was talking about Jiraiya.
No, I was also talking about Jiraiya.
Ah,
Well, it's got two, because, like, the Hokage could be Dumbledore, right? And
Yeah.
Jiraiya is the fucking creepy-ass uncle that Harry Potter has that totally should have gone to prison for child abuse.
yeah.
And oh god, Jiraiya's just the worst. Like,
Yeah.
oh god.
Yeah.
Like, Roshi and Dragon Ball.
Uncle Roshi. Yeah.
I don't know how. Like, Roshi's just sitting there like, I don't know how it happened, but I guess it just is. But Roshi is Cleveland now. Like, Roshi, I'll admit, Roshi's fucking stupid, the fucking pervert old master. At the same time, I love how stupid it is that Roshi turns from this tiny little old man into the Incredible fucking Hulk. And, like, that was not a character bit that was used enough in Dragon Ball Z. I think they brought it back for Super, though, didn't they?
Yeah, then he gets his shit pushed in, from what I remember.
Like, Roshi actually goes to fight in the Galactic Tournament, and he loses, but he actually goes to fight again. What?
You know who my favorite participant in the Galactic Tournament was?
Hit?
Majin Buu.
Right, they brought Boo back. And Boo's a good person now, because he's over that whole thing of eating
And
people.
Boo and Boo doesn't fight at all because he falls asleep on the written test.
There's a written test. That's
Yeah,
fucking stupid. That's
you
fucking
remember
stupid.
you remember the gif of Goku looking confused and counting on his fingers with the numbers flying by? That's where that came from.
Oh god, I'm amazed Goku passed.
I think he passed barely.
I'm amazed Yamcha passed.
Yamcha was in the team?
Was he? Oh, he would have
I
retired
don't
for
think he
baseball
was.
by that point, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Right. Earth's protectors. Vegeta, Tien, and Piccolo. Good luck, Earth. We've got winner. We've got 2 winners and Tien. Tien is way too cool for how the series treats him.
Yeah. Tia should have been the freaking protagonist after Goku died.
Gohan should have been the protagonist after Goku died.
I mean, hey, they ruined his character. Might as well go with Tien. Like
Or
Goku,
Piccolo.
Gohan-
Piccolo's cool. Vegeta is also cool. Everyone off the Dragon Ball cast except Goku's cool. Come on. Piccolo's the fucking coolest.
I like Piccolo and Vegeta, but
I feel like
aside from that,
I
yeah.
feel like they could have set up a really fun dynamic with Piccolo and Vegeta, where Piccolo used to be a bad person, but he's flipped to being a good person, and Vegeta's in the process, but nonetheless they can't fucking stand each other.
They turned Dragon Ball into a buddy cop movie.
That's pretty much exactly what I want. Like I stopped halfway through Dragon Ball Abridged, but that was one of my favorite parts of the series, that Piccolo just hated for Vegeta for some reason. That fucking scene where Vegeta took one of Bulma's shirts, and on the back it just says "cum dumpster," and Piccolo is just laughing at him the entire time, but refuses to tell him why. And the fucking part where he's the only one who overhears that Trunks is Vegeta's kid, and again laughs his ass off and refuses to tell Vegeta why, because he fucking hates him. Piccolo's the best character.
Yeah. My thing with Dragon Ball is that I like some of the characters, but then I don't like the world.
Yeah.
I think it's boring. So I watched
Parts of the Dragon Ball world are just weird for the sake of being weird. Like, oh, there's cat people. Nobody talks about it. Why the fuck are there just dog people walking around and nobody cares? Is it because it's in the same universe as like a rally and all her shit?
The one funny thing that they did in Super though that I remember was Trunks and Goten freaking just steal like an intergalactic car, and they go to a different planet where they nearly die because slime monsters eating people, taking over their place, and Vegeta goes to help because Goku is not available or something.
No, just because Goku's a piece of shit.
Yeah. So Vegeta goes to help. He is
Oh fuck. No, keep going. It reminded me of another gag from Super.
So he goes to help. He is eaten by the slime people, but he doesn't fade away immediately as he's with the other people. I think the guy that they stole the car from shows up, and he's like, "Take this. This will stop your vanishing. You can fight the people who are taking your place now." And he needs to put it in his mouth. You know what the guy threw at Vegeta? And Vegeta doesn't know this shit. You know what the guy threw at Vegeta?
What?
A pacifier. So Vegeta is kicking the slime monster's ass while also sucking on a pacifier.
Oh, I've seen the picture of Vegeta with a pacifier several times now, and I've been like, what the fuck's... Why? Toriyama, man. Toriyama knows what he's writing is fucking stupid. That's the thing. There are people that take Dragon Ball super serious. Toriyama is not one of them. Like, Toriyama knows, I'm writing fucking space aliens punching the shit out of each other. This isn't real.
So yeah, that's the one part that I actually liked about Super, cause like I felt like Hit was on okay adversary. He didn't have a lot of character, but he didn't need to be because or he didn't need to have on the time because they would capitalize or they would explain shit down the line. But then Jiren came in and Jiren was just like space Jesus. Like legitimately, I'm pretty sure his character flaw was that he wanted to have people too much. So
Also,
and
if
it's
he
like
wins, the universe gets nuked. But
yeah, he wanted to have people in his universe. I mean, but like it's like I get that Goku needs to face more and more powerful beings because that's just the shtick of Dragon Ball. But Jiren was just freaking Jesus. Like Jiren was Jesus if Jesus was also Mary Sue, I guess.
see, the thing is, like, to me, Dragon Ball, the whole thing of Goku needing to face more and more powerful individuals, to me, that seemed like it finally reached its end when he had to fight the crazy god thing. What's its name? The guy that's in charge of Whis.
Uh oh bloody hell, I'm forgetting his name as well.
The Egyptian dog god.
Yeah, I know. He's not called Anubis, dude.
I know he's not Anubis, but, like, he's identical to Anubis.
Yeah, basically. He's one of my favorite characters that were introduced. What the hell? How do I forget it? Beerus. That's his name,
Beerus.
Beerus.
Like, the fact that Goku can't beat Beerus, like, he's not even on Beerus's level, to me, that represented the end of Goku needing to ascend the power ladder. Like, boom, we've got there. We've finally hit a threat Goku cannot beat. Like, end of story.
I mean, it should have been, but it wasn't.
Yeah. I will...
Because, like, yeah.
No, you go ahead.
I forgot what I was going to say. Go ahead.
Alright, let's finish this shonen talk real quick, just with one last thing. You reminded me of a scene I saw from Dragon Ball Super that I really fucking love. Where Whis comes down to Earth and Goku and Vegeta are there, and Goku's like, "Hey, Whis, why'd you call us down?" And Whis is like, "Yo, there's a guy in space who wants to challenge you to a fight. It'll be super fucking rad. Let's go fucking fight him." And Goku's like, "Yeah!" And Vegeta's like, "I can't, guys. Bulma's pregnant." And Goku and Whis both just go, "What? I can't leave Earth while my wife's pregnant, guys. I can't do that. What?" And Goku just says, "I leave Earth while Chi-Chi's pregnant all the time." And they just fucking leave like shipbirds, and Vegeta's left standing there on Earth like, "Alright, fucking later, dickheads."
I think it might have, it was like a gag in the actual show, but I might be mixing shit up. But I feel like there was a part in Super where Vegeta and Goku are training, and somehow children come up, and it turns out that Goku has never kissed, and Vegeta just goes, how do you have two kids?" And Goku just shrugs.
That was actually a gag and abridged. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. Like, I think...
I wasn't sure.
I think Goku's position on the issue is lie down and think of England. And Chi-Chi just goes to work.
Lie down and think of food.
Lie down and think of fighting.
Yeah.
In his head, he's just beating up Frieza.
Goku is actually just Nishtani from Yakuza 0.
Oh, like, the thing is that makes Chi-Chi look super bad. Then it's just Chi-Chi taking advantage of the mentally disabled.
Kinda.
Oh, fuck. Whatever. I'm happy that shit Dad Goku is becoming more canon. I know everybody got pissed at Dragon Ball FighterZ having that win quote. Did you remember at launch Dragon Ball FighterZ, Goku's win quote against Gohan?
No.
He said, "Gohan, that was a good fight. I'm proud of you. For once."
Oh, right.
And people got super mad because it was a whole new level of Goku as a shit dad. I loved it. That's just such an unnecessarily dickish thing to say to your own son. Like it paints Goku as an outright abusive father. Piccolo is Gohan's real dad. We all know that.
Yeah.
The only reason Chi-Chi hasn't left Goku for him is he doesn't have a dick.
But he does have long fingers.
And long antenna.
Yeah, and long antenna.
Oh, Christ.
Dude, whatever. No.
The fucking bits in Dragon Ball Abridged where Gohan yells for dad and Piccolo answers. And Goku answers too, and Gohan's like, no, I was asking for Piccolo. Oh, man. Dodge! Right. Alright.
Every Thursday, Piccolo loses an arm.
It's cool, he grows them back, he's got more. Oh, man. You know what's a fucking crazy thing that Toriyama forgot?
What?
Tien being able to grow more arms. Tien used that like once in the entire series. Tien can grow. He can grow up to like 8 arms, like Asura.
Oh, you know what Toriyama forgot?
Fucking. Are you gonna say I think you're going to say?
Tien being cool.
Oh no, dude! Did you hear Toriyama? Honest to God, forgot that lunch exists.
No, but that's good.
Somebody pointed out that lunch shows up in only one scene in Super, and Toriyama just goes, "Who the fuck is lunch?"
My favorite thing with this is Toriyama for the longest time was like, who the hell is Broly? Because he didn't remember designing Broly at all.
To be fair, I don't think he even wrote Broly.
No, he didn't. He legit just designed the character. So
I wouldn't blame him for forgetting that design, honestly. It's just Super Saiyan Goku, but beefier. That would make sense that he didn't write Broly. Like, Toriyama's got his ideas of stupid, but even he knows not to make Broly's motivation be, oh, you cried in the crib too much.
But the thing is, like, this wasn't even like asked of him or brought up. It was just, I wanted to. He released a post saying I wanted to make a new Broly movie, but first I actually had to remember who the hell Broly is.
I feel like Toriyama stumbled onto success with Dragon Ball. Honestly, he always seems to get more of a kick out of Dr. Slump. Like, when you see the bits pulled from the manga and it's blatantly Dr. Slump gags that he threw into the middle of Dragon Ball, like, Toriyama has lots more passion for comedy than he does for action. It just turned out that people liked his action work.
All I can say is that the best shonen that I've watched that actually, you know, sticks with being quality is freaking Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
I've only ever heard good things about Fullmetal Alchemist. It doesn't interest me, you know?
Roy, or whatever his name is, it was my favorite character. He's just the coolest guy.
I always hear about Roy Mustang. He's one that always
Roy Mustang. Roy Mustang is the coolest guy. His power is that when he snaps, you blow up, basically. From what I remember, like either you get set on fire or you blow up. That's
some anime bullshit. I'm pretty sure M. Bison has that power in Street Fighter V now. That's his V-Trigger 2. Oh, Bison's V-Trigger 2 is so much stronger than his V-Trigger 1. I have no idea why V-Trigger 1 is even there. Yeah, alright. What else did you do this week?
I think that's it.
Alright. I am glad Pink and Soon weren't here for this podcast, because that was a big ol' anime talk right there. Oh, jeez. Alright. On my end, I didn't do a great degree because I've been focusing so much on just finishing Dark Souls this week. I might have put in some time with another TV show. No, I didn't. Okay, yeah, off the top of my head, I can only think of Dark Souls that I've played this week. Whatever, yeah, I've finished Dark Souls. So, alright, first things first. Fake difficulty. It's a thing in Dark Souls 1. It really is. There are some levels with some stupid fucking gimmicks. Tomb of the fucking Giants. You ever seen Tomb of the Giants in Dark Souls 1?
Nope.
It's an entire level themed around it's fucking dark. You can't see shit.
Oh, right, that I did see it, yeah.
It's the place filled with skeletons. Giant skeletons. So, if you're not wearing the appropriate gear, you can see about a couple feet ahead of you. If you wear a dumbass looking helmet lantern, you can see like 100 feet in front of you. Still not very much. That's the theme of the level. Otherwise, you're just fighting big skeletons. Which, you know, is about as interesting as you can imagine. But there's a lot of cases of just dumbass gimmick stuff in Dark Souls 1. Now, I've mentioned the curse mechanic to you before and how fucking bizarro stupid it is.
Yeah.
There's an entire fucking level, the Crystal Cave, that is built around invisible walkways over bottomless abysses.
Nice.
I'll admit, the way they handled it was kind of neat, because throughout the entire level, there's snow falling. And if you notice, the snow will suddenly stop when it hits an invisible platform. Like, that's a neat visual thing, I'll admit. But there are some invisible platforms where there's almost no snow or falling crystals, and you don't get to see it. And there's no way for you to know other than just taking the fucking dive. It's fake difficulty. It's fucking fake difficulty. Like, and there's one boss fight that is just the fucking worst. Like, there is one boss fight that is so bad, even the most, like, ardent of Dark Souls fanboys says, oh yeah, it fucking sucks. There is one boss fight that is genuinely so bad, the development team apologized for it. The Bed of Fucking Chaos. It is a big tree. What it is, it's got two big branches that are shaped like hands that reach down and swipe. They deal about a quarter of your health and damage. That's not too bad because they're pretty heavily telegraphed. You can just dodge roll through them, right? The boss fight has 3 roots. You need to smack the 2 roots on the side before you can smack the root in the middle. And it's just this plain stone room. So you run to smack one of the roots on the side, you clear it, and then you have to go and get...
Oh, is that the tree with the ball sack?
Ball sack tree. It didn't entirely look ball sackish, but you're not incorrect. But it's just a boss fight where you go and hit one side of the root once, hit the other side of the root once. But once you hit the roots, a fiery scythe comes out of the tree and starts swiping in addition. Also not that much of a problem. In fact, I never got hit by the scythe once. The real problem is the floor starts going. The floor just fucking breaks down underneath you. So it becomes a parkour boss in Dark Souls, a game notorious for its bad platforming. Which isn't too bad for the rest of Dark Souls 1, because the only platforming sections in Dark Souls 1 up to that point are to find hidden secrets. Which is, you know, optional, so you can just ignore it. But a fucking parkour boss... And that's when the fucking hands reaching down and hitting you is a problem, because even though they deal a quarter of your health in damage, they have all the knockback in the world, and are guaranteed to throw you into a pit if you get hit by them. And with so much of the floor going, there's much less space to avoid them. So you hit that second route, and you then have to, before you hit the middle route, there is the entirety of the floor before the middle route goes, and you have to land on a piece of wood that is within the abyss. You have to make the jump to land it, which is easier said than done in Dark Souls. And then afterwards, you hit the middle route once, boss fight's over. It's not a real boss fight. The fucking crazy thing is, it's the only boss fight in the entire game that your progress is saved if you die. Like every other boss fight, if you die and come back, the progress is reset. That is the only one in the entire game. So it's not even really fucking a boss fight.
It's a test of patience.
It's a test of patience. And there's a health bar at the bottom, which fucking kills me. Because it is a health bar, a big full boss health bar, complete with the title, Bed of Chaos. And it stays full until you hit the middle route. As soon as you hit the middle route, boss health meter goes straight to zero.
There's a big boss health bar, and it just says floor.
Floor. Yeah, pretty much. It should just say button. Hit button, boss dead. And there are some dumb fucking boss fights in Dark Souls 1. There is one that cracks me up. The fucking Ceaseless Discharge. The name's already bad enough. Ceaseless Discharge. When I say Ceaseless Discharge, what kind of boss do you imagine, Addy?
Continuous come.
Continuous cum. Yes. It's a big fucking boss. It's a big fucking skull lava guy with bones coming out of his back and the bones shoot fire at you. Whatever. You can fight the boss fair by getting him to slap his big dumb bones down and then you smack the bones. And he's already an easy boss. The boss gets even easier, though, for the dumbest possible reason. If you run back to the very beginning of the boss, if you run to the end of the boss room and then run to the big fucking opening, there is a platform that the boss fights you from. If you run back to the beginning, the boss will try to follow you, fall off platform, die.
Nice.
The boss just fucking commits suicide in complete stupidity. There's another boss fight that I just fucking love, the Iron Golem. It's the only other of the two bosses that can fall off. And ordinarily that's kind of more difficult, because it won't naturally commit suicide. It has a unique boss fight mechanic that no other boss fight in the game has, where if you smack him in the legs enough, he'll start to lose his balance, and if you smack him even more, he'll fall over. And if you smack him hard enough in the center of the stage, he'll fall over and you can just combo on him while he's laying prone on the ground. But if you smack him at the edge, he'll fall over. That's easier said than done if you actually try to fight him legit. And he's actually a fairly fun boss that's a neat challenge. However, this is Dark Souls. You can summon AI helpers. And that game, for some reason, the summon for that particular boss fight, Black Iron Tarkus, who is the fucking coolest, by the way, is just a complete badass. And you can just skip that entire boss fight by summoning Black Iron Tarkus and sitting and watching Black Iron Tarkus beat the boss for you.
Just spend dancing emotes. That's how you contribute.
Yeah. You're there for emotional support. It's honest to God, you watch a sumo match. Like, this little Black Iron Tarkus just fucking pushes the giant iron golem off the side of the screen. Like that I wanted to be mad at how dumb it was, but at the same time I kind of loved it. In what other fucking game would you just summon an AI helper and he kills the boss for you? Maybe Metal Gear Solid 5. Quiet was pretty bad in Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah.
You remember the shit with Quiet where you'd be just driving through the map and then you get a notification, outpost cleared? And you're like,
No, but
what?
I do remember being in Africa with Quiet and just freaking going on an all out assault on the freaking like small camp that our guy is in. Just, like, everybody died in 10 minutes. Because I played Snake as a sniper as well. So it was just we went to different freaking mountains and just started freaking taking people out.
Oh man. Jesus. A lot of the bosses in Dark Souls 1 are honestly just kind of overwhelmingly mediocre. There's the Centipede Demon, who's just a dick that smacks at you from lava. But I mean...
Is it better or worse than the Centipede Demon in Neo? Because the one in Neo just freaking gives you or poisons you and just knocks you around.
Okay, is the Centipede Demon in Neo an actual centipede?
Yes.
Okay, because Centipede Demon in Dark Souls is a ball of centipedes walking around on two human legs.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and it'll like extend. It will shoot out the centipedes after you. Hey, Soon.
Hey, what's up?
I'm talking about Dark Souls, which I finished over the course of the week.
Nice. Was it easier or harder than Bloodborne?
That's a good question, actually. I will say there is nothing in Dark Souls that is harder than the Orphan of... Like, okay, you didn't play the Bloodborne DLC, but
Nope.
there is nothing in Dark Souls that is harder than the final boss fight of Bloodborne's DLC. With that said, I did not play Dark Souls DLC, because I was playing it on Xbox 360, and supposedly the DLC is only if you have the remastered version. It was added in the PC version, and with the consoles it came in with the remastered. And there soon goes.
What happened?
I don't know. It was something on your end.
Okay.
I will say, like, the overall quality of Dark Souls boss fights is not nearly up to par with Bloodborne's. A lot more of the fights are gimmicky, which is saying something because some of the boss fights in Bloodborne were pretty fucking gimmicky.
Yeah.
But Dark Souls does have some real winners. I don't think Dark Souls winners are as strong as Bloodborne's winners. But everybody talks about Ornstein and Smough for a reason. Ornstein and Smough was a really fun boss fight.
That's the one where you fight two of them, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that one looks really cool.
Ornstein and Smough is a really funny one to me because everybody in there, like, there's a lot of people that say that Ornstein and Smough is the most unfairly difficult part of the game, which I thought was complete and utter bullshit. Like, I guess it's different definitions of difficulty. To me, the most bullshit part of Dark Souls is when it's like, oh, you walked forward into this doorway. We're going to drop an enemy directly on your head. Surprise. Whereas Ornstein and Smough, like, yeah, they're really hard and they're really aggressive, but I think that's way better than having fucking gotcha bullshit.
Yeah.
The problem people have...
what about, did you open any of the chests?
The mimics, yeah. I knew about the mimics going in. Mimics actually are fine.
Okay.
Because if you smack a chest, either the chest does nothing, in which case it's a real chest, or the chest gets up and hits you back, in which case it's a mimic. But the mimics take so long to wake up. Like, the first mimic you find is a gotcha moment, but every mimic afterwards, if you get caught by it, it's your own fault.
Yeah.
Like, after that point, you should know to smack the chest first.
Imagine walking into a freaking room, and then the walls and the freaking chests in the room just start running after you, trying to hit you.
That is still... I need to play Neo after Dark Souls 2. I love that you fight the fucking wall. It's so stupid. You hit the wall and the wall hits back. It's so dumb.
Yeah, the wall grows arms and starts throwing itself at you.
It's one of my... it reminds me of the fucking enemy in Dark Souls. Have you guys seen the gif of the mushroom parent? The adult
I think
mushroom?
so.
Oh my god.
No.
Soon, have you seen the adult mushroom in Dark Souls?
Nope.
So, there are two areas in the game where you see a lot of baby mushroom people running around. And they're just cute little things that eat shit and just fall over every time they see they walk up even the slightest incline. And they're the cutest. And you kill them you can kill them in one hit and they drop some of the best loot in the game. There's one problem. There are big mushroom people walking around. They're pretty slow. And also, their knuckles are covered in blood for some reason. Why would that be? Because they are some of the hardest hitting enemies in the game that can kill you in one hit.
Right.
And it's one of my favorite moments in Dark Souls. Because if you don't kill the baby mushrooms, the mushroom parents won't fuck with you. They actually will just leave you alone.
Right.
I love that. Like, I don't know. I love little moments of punish, like leaving it out there for the player. Like, hey, you want to torture this small, helpless animal? Do ya? Oh.
What are we going to talk about on the podcast today?
Me and Addie started the podcast early so we'd get more time for Tabletop Simulator.
Oh,
The
okay.
podcast is on right now.
Ah. How long ago did you start?
An hour and 45
2
minutes.
Jeez.
Yeah, we want more time to play Uno.
Is Pink going to join?
Presumably he'll show up at 12 as per usual.
Right.
There's one particular part of Dark Souls there's two particular parts of Dark Souls I don't want to mention until he gets here. Not to drag the podcast out.
Do we want to talk about, like, what our most anticipated games of 2020 are?
I mean, we could do that. I'd like to finish a little bit of talking about Dark Souls, but after that, we can absolutely talk about that.
Because there's so many games coming out this year. This is, like, one of the best years of the entire generation.
I don't know. I'm only waiting one game.
To be fair, Addy, you are very, 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 very picky.
Yeah, you are, Addy. If Assassin's Creed isn't coming out this year, so Addy doesn't care.
Addy hates the new Assassin's Creed game soon. Have you not been paying attention?
So wait, what does the Addy even like?
Okay. We'll talk about Dark Souls. Fuck it. I'll just drop Dark Souls until Pink gets here. Okay, so this is what we've been talking about the podcast for every episode for like the last 20 weeks. But all of Addy's favorite franchises have turned on him.
Oh, okay.
Assassin's Creed has turned into an action RPG. Guilty Gear has gotten rid of a lot of his favorite features. Yakuza has turned into a turn-based RPG.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, which is, and
it's not even well built into the game. That's the thing. Like it's not a fun turn-based mechanic.
Yeah, it looked really weird when I saw it.
And like for Addy's other favorite franchises, there's Sengoku Basara, which isn't getting a game anytime soon. And Addy, what did you even say were your other favorite franchises? You had a fifth.
Tekken was the last one.
Tekken's still going strong.
Yeah, Tekken's
it's
the
not
only
releasing a game this year.
No, because they're just adding more and more characters.
Yeah.
Why would we ever need Tekken 8 when we have Leroy Smith?
Maybe
actually,
Addy, you could maybe trying out new franchises.
This is what I mentioned, Addy, every time. The thing is that trying new franchises is an investment, and Addy tries not to make bad investments.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he has Game Pass now, so...
He doesn't like any of the games on Game Pass.
Oh my gosh. But, like, there'll be a bunch of new games coming out that you can try.
I am super interested in a lot of them that are being added.
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto 5 just got added.
Yeah, because Addy hasn't played that one enough. I need to look up which ones are coming out, because I know they're adding Tekken, and I know they're adding the first two Yakuzas.
Tekken?
Yeah, Tekken 7.
When did that get freaking announced? Because I missed it.
I'm pretty sure it was at, not E3, but... Was it the Game Awards where they announced, like, all the huge games being added to Game Pass?
Well, I remember Yakuza getting announced there, but I don't remember Tekken.
Well, they showed, like, a massive array of 40 games or something, so you missing Tekken isn't big.
I know that they are going to add Red Dead 2 and Witcher 3.
Witcher 3's already in.
Oh, Witcher 3 got it already.
All right, W, do you want to play Horsecock Simulator?
If they add private servers, which they won't.
Oh, right, I forgot about that.
What? if Red Dead 2 had private servers and wasn't the grindiest shit ever.
Oh, what's your opinion on Ori, Addy?
Ori? Well, I don't like Metroidvanias for one. Like just as a genre, they're not for me. But
Okay.
it's okay.
This is the thing. This is the problem Addy has. The majority of genres aren't for him. The majority of genres aren't for him, and the genres that are for him, he only likes one franchise in them.
Right. Maybe Addy should just stop playing video games. Because, like, he spends so much money on buying consoles and then uses those consoles for, like, 3 games.
Like I played freaking a variety of games. Like I play Slay the Spire. I play freaking I tried to get into Hollow Knight multiple times now. I played Dead Cells. And it's like they're not all the same.
The last 2 games you
yeah?
just mentioned were both Metroidvanias, by the way. And also
That's
very Souls-inspired Metroidvanias.
Very Souls-inspired, yes. That says I'm not sure if I would call it a Metroidvania, because there's not as much freaking like backtracking because it's procedurally generated.
That's true, but there's also a lot of focus on exploration, unlocking new abilities, and unlocking shortcuts.
Well, yeah, which I'm fine with because like they do it in a fun way. Like, if you speed on a level, then you get a shortcut, shit like that. So if you just get good enough to, you go through a random level speedrunning it, then you just get more rewards, which I'm fine with. I think that's a good way to, give a reason to actually get better at the game.
Oh yeah, I love that kind of thing. Absolutely. Like the moment of unlocking a shortcut in a Metroidvania game or a Souls game is a moment of such great relief.
Yeah, Tekken 7 is coming.
Yep.
Ah, nice.
If we'll replace Tekken Tag 2 with that, I am very, very tempted to get the DLC season passes.
I wish I had money for that type of shit. I hear that Leroy Smith breaks the game because he's just too good. Like, literally, he doesn't have a defensive play, he just has parry.
And 3 Yakuza games.
0, Kiwami, and Kiwami 2?
Yeah.
Alright. We will definitely force Pink to play those.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, alright, soon, what are the games you're looking forward to out of 2020, since you brought it up?
The games I'm looking forward to, I mean, I sent all of them to you on Steam, but I'll say them now.
I'll bring up the list.
Right. Last of Us 2, not really. Kind of mediocre on that one, but I still want to get it because, yeah.
I'm very interested in Last of Us 2.
Last of Us 2 comes out on my birthday.
I think the problem Last of Us 2 runs into is that Last of Us 1 didn't feel like it needed to have a sequel.
Yeah.
It's a story that kind of reached its end.
But Last of Us 2 looks like the gameplay is vastly improved. Although I think I saw that it's open world now.
Oh, no.
Which is a bit iffy.
Bad.
That hurts the gameplay a lot.
Based on a video I saw, it looked like it was fairly open world. I saw Ellie on a horse riding through a fairly open area.
Hey, Pink.
Hey there, I'm late.
Yeah.
Hey, Pink, we're talking about our favorite games, I guess.
We're talking about the games we're excited for in 2020.
The games we want, yeah. Ghost of Tsushima, obviously. Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Avengers. Crusader Kings 3. Mountain Blade Bannerlord. Cyberpunk. Humankind. Persona 5 Royale. And Total War Troy.
I don't know which one to disagree with you more on, Cyberpunk or Total War Troy. Like, Cyberpunk could turn out to be a good game at this point. I'm just fucking sick of CD Projekt Red.
It's got Keanu Reeves.
Oh, fuck
it
off.
It cannot fail.
Fuck off. I like Keanu Reeves, but the internet's
too.
making me hate him.
I'm
But
sick
it's-
of CD Projekt
internet
Red
ruins
too,
everything.
But I actually think that the gameplay looks really cool, and it'll be one of the first like big cyberpunk games.
Yep.
Except for Deus Ex.
W, how
Except for
Yeah,
Deus
but
Ex.
Deus Ex sucks.
Yeah, precisely.
W, how can you not wait for Cyberpunk when it has Keanu Reeves?
Rihanna Keeves, did you say?
Yeah.
Realities.
Yeah, Rihanna Keeves.
100
It has
Statman?
100 Statman. Yeah.
Ah, yes, the god of Europe. King of England for like 6,000 years.
The freaking magic horse counselor, whatever it was.
Out of those, I would say that I'm most excited for Crusader Kings 3 or Bannerlord.
I love that Addy and I were talking about Crusader Kings 2, and the Crusader Kings fanboy here soon wouldn't know what we were talking about.
I missed half of what you guys said.
We were
Magical
joking.
horse chancellor.
All
That's all
right,
you need to know.
The horse, Glitterhoof.
Total War Troy, I could not have less interested. The moment they were like, whoops, no mythology, all infantry, I was like, all right, fuck off. Goodbye.
Yeah, that's kind of iffy for me, but still, I love ancient Greece. So
I guess you do you. I if I want to play a Total War with ancient Greece, I can get my fix from Rome too.
I'm also interested in seeing what the launch titles for the next gen are going to be, because that's coming out this year.
Yeah.
Knack 2.
No.
Jack,
Knack 2 already came out.
three. Next three.
Knack 3.
Next three.
Knack,
Oh my
baby.
goodness. I'm not sure if I believe you.
It's motherfucking
it's-
Knack, baby.
Knack 2 has been out for like years. It just had no marketing.
Game of the year
Rise.
2020, Knack 2.
Rise again, son of Rome.
Rise again. just name that the title.
No,
That's
no,
the title
no.
of
The
the
full title. No, the full title is Rise to Rise Again.
Knack 2.
Grandson
Knack
of
again.
Rome.
No, make. What's the dumbest way we can do this? Last of Us 2, Last of Us again.
I wonder if they'll
No,
add
two last two of us.
The last two of us, yes. I love it.
I wonder if they'll release another Infamous game, because the Infamous games have a really cool conceit.
That would be great. I've said for the longest time, the moment Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor came out with its Nemesis system, they should have made an Infamous 3. Ignore Second Son. Second Son didn't happen. Infamous 3 with the Nemesis system.
Yeah.
And the Nemesis system will generate your supervillains and your mob bosses.
What's it called? The side game that was released that starring the Neon Runner.
That was a lot better, but still pretty bad.
Yeah.
Last Light.
Yeah, that's right. That one was terrible too.
Right. But you did get to play as Nose Woman, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and it also
The
had
Beak.
a better story. Whereas Second Sons was very open world. It got ruined by the open world
Yeah.
stuff. Just a ton of busyness.
Yep. Well, they got to focus more on one set of powers with Fetch.
Yeah.
Her just having the neon powers, whereas with Delson, they had to split it up across 5 different superpowers so none of them got focus. And they were all too similar.
Yeah, they were. They were basically the same thing, but like, it was really dumb.
If there's an Infamous 3, they just need to stick to one element.
Yeah, they need to stick to one power. Maybe 2 at most, because Infamous 2 did really well with 2 powers. But
Yeah, but Infamous 2 was building on the foundation of Infamous 1. Infamous 1's foundation.
yeah.
Pink, weren't you a big fan of the first 2 Infamous games?
I only played the first one. I think I might own the second one. I don't know for certain. But I enjoyed what I played of it way back when.
Yeah, it's been a while since Second Sons. And Second Sons was a release title.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Honestly, if I'm being honest, it was a terrible game, but it was probably the best released title, which is saying a lot.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. Lego Marvel Superheroes is probably the best.
No, out of the exclusives.
Oh, out of the exclusives. Well, I mean, are we just saying like any of the exclusives for any of the platforms, or just PS4's exclusives?
Any of the platforms, because
Dead Rising 3 was better. Dead Rising 3 was also pretty bad, but Dead Rising 3 was better.
Dead Rising 3 was not good.
No, it was bad, but so was Second Son. I'm saying Dead Rising 3.
Okay, maybe that one is a competitor, but like otherwise its competitors are what? Knack, Killzone Shadowfall, Rise.
The PS4 didn't have a good exclusive until Bloodborne, really.
Yeah.
But then there was a fucking tirade of them, let me tell you.
Yeah, they kind of had all of their big exclusives towards the back end.
But then it was, Horizon, and God of War, and Ratchet and Clank Remake.
Yeah. And Spider-Man.
Spider-Man was a fucking winner, too.
Persona 5.
All of Sony's big winners came out in like 1 year.
Shadow of the Colossus Remastered.
Yeah, that one was fantastic, yes.
Until Dawn came out. Did that come out before Bloodborne?
Oh, it would have been around the same time. I want to say they were both 2014.
Neo was also an exclusive at first.
It was?
Yeah. It was.
That's crazy.
For a while.
Okay, Until Dawn was 2015, and Bloodborne, I'm looking it up right now, was 2015. So hang on, let me look at the days then. Okay, Bloodborne was in March, and Until Dawn was in August, so Bloodborne did come out first.
Okay.
It's crazy that it did take 2 years to get good exclusives, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it happens usually with next-gen console or new-gen consoles. The first couple years are terrible.
It's probably going to be better with the next generation, though, because there won't be as much graphics upgrades.
That's true.
But
still, the first year is usually just tech demos.
You're not wrong. The PS2 had an okay lineup in its first year or two.
Yeah, PlayStation 3, we don't talk about the first year.
No.
We don't talk about the PlayStation 3 until, like, Uncharted came out.
Does anyone even fucking know what
Uncharted card?
Oh, God.
Wait, what? Does anybody know what?
Does anybody know what fucking games the PlayStation 1 launched with?
Ridge Racer!
Ah, fuck.
Bubsy 3D.
Bubsy 3D. Yep, you're right. Army Men. Everybody remembers Army Men, right?
But how could you forget Ridge Racer?
Because I don't give a fuck.
So remember how a couple of days ago, might have been the last podcast actually, we talked about how the PS2 didn't actually live until 2014, even though that's officially when it got shut down. So I did some freaking detective work, and it actually did. It did live until 2014.
Yeah.
So, but no, the thing is, like, we said that it didn't because it didn't get any actual releases aside from sports titles like FIFA and freaking PES. So in February 2013, the Dawn 2 video game came out for it, which is a movie tie-in.
The what?
I don't even know what that is.
Question. Yeah. Is it a South American movie, Hattie?
No, it's Indian.
Because I know the PS2 stayed in production for so long because the PS2 is still popular in South America.
Yeah. And in Asia in some places.
Yeah. The thing is,
another game that I'm excited for that comes out the same day as Last of Us 2?
What's that?
Fast and Furious.
Oh no! I'd rather play my tuck-in fighting games. Fucking Hank, you weren't there for that.
Last of Us 2 really screwed themselves over with that release date.
Oh,
yes. I kind of feel like I would rather play this, put up a timestamp.
Oh, Christ. Alright, go.
Dragon and fishnets. Dragon and fishnets.
Right.
I'd probably get more enjoyment out of this game than Fast and Furious, to be honest.
Oh yeah, they're both different kinds of there are both kinds of different kinds of ironic amusement. Fast and Furious, you are amused at how shit it is. That you would be amused at how much genuine, honest to God hard work went into someone's fetish material.
Yeah. Well, you see,
look at that fucking character design on the far left. That tiger wearing the armor. He actually looks fucking rad.
Yeah.
Well, you see, I could choose between the Fast and the Furious or the Fast and the Furious.
You've been waiting all day for that one, haven't you? He's been sitting on that one. Oh,
I like how the dragon is called Ragu.
Ragu. He is in fact a giant walking bottle of pasta sauce.
He's bursting at the seams. That's why he needs the fishnets.
You're bursting at the seams with pasta sauce?
Yes.
That's just dragon breath. I've heard of dragons breathing fire. I've heard of dragons breathing ice. I've yet to hear of a dragon breathing pasta sauce.
I mean, it might not be his pasta sauce, but it most certainly is someone's.
I'm just imagining a dragon flies over a medieval village. Everyone runs in terror, and then just marinara rains down. Marinara rains from the skies. And they're all just confused and covered in marinara. Oh no, now I taste good. What will I do? Oh, fuck. Pink, what do you want out of 2020?
Out of all the things you guys have said so far, the thing that's been on my personal wish list for about a decade now was Cyberpunk. And I cannot recall anything else that I had my eye on for 2020.
I can take a
I've got a curiosity for Avengers.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, but not really looking forward to that in a very meaningful way.
Mm.
It really, for me, depends on whether or not it's a spiritual follow-up to Marvel Heroes. Like, if it's, it's Marvel Heroes but higher budget, then I'm all in.
Yeah, me too.
Marvel Heroes with Devil May Cry combos. Oh, shit.
I think Avengers will end up being really good. At least, definitely a few years down the line. After they have, like...
like Marvel Heroes!
Like, hundreds of heroes. Because, like, remember Marvel Heroes when it released? It only had, like, 10 heroes or something?
And one of them was Squirrel Girl, for some reason.
Yes. Squirrel Girl, Scarlet Witch, Punisher, Iron Man, Black
Punisher
Widow.
was not launched. Punisher was not launched,
What?
I can tell you that.
What? I thought he was.
No.
No.
The main six Avengers, Squirrel Girl, Spider-Man, some shitty X-Men, like only the bare minimum of X-Men. Wolverine and Storm, probably.
Yeah.
Those are all the
terrible.
X-Men you need.
Oh, no. Marvel Heroes has the worst Storm ever. Her voice...
I can't believe it. No wonder the game failed.
Like, okay, Pink, when I say, like, imagine the worst interpretation of Storm as a character, imagine how people in general interpret Storm as a character now. Which is just, nature, I am god of nature, and and that's just all, right? That's how everyone treats Storm nowadays, right?
Nowadays, I think she's just Black Panther's side piece.
You're not wrong. Like, imagine that with the worst possible voice acting.
I honestly have yet to ever come across anything where I felt like Storm's voice acting was on point. So
Because they always try to make her sound like a freak.
yeah,
She doesn't sound like a real person.
yep.
Like, okay, Soon, did you ever play Storm in Marvel Heroes?
No, I don't think I did.
Okay.
I definitely played her a lot in Alliance, Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah, but you
'Cause she
remember
was
how
fairly strong.
you remember how in Marvel Heroes, several of the heroes would have lines when they break pieces of the scenery? Like,
Yeah.
if Cap broke a piece of the scenery, he'd say, Tony will pay for that.
Right. Yeah.
Right, it was the worst with Storm because she had such ridiculous AoEs that would nuke the entire environment.
Yeah.
And every time you blew up a piece of the environment, she would say, "What man builds, nature destroys." And it was the fucking worst. It's playing as Storm, like, it didn't matter how good of a character she was. It wasn't worth it because you just had to hear that shit all the time. Anyways, Addy, do I even have to ask what Addy's wanting out of 2020?
Probably not.
Yes, because I don't know what he wants.
Do you?
No, I don't. I don't.
You fucking do.
What does he want? What's coming out that he wants besides Tekken DLC?
Addy.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Duh.
Oh, right. Ghost of
I,
Tsushima.
I bought a PS4 just to play that game.
Fucking
Right. right. Yep,
Oh.
you bought a PS4 and it's last year.
He bought, dude, no, dude, he bought it as soon as Ghost of Tsushima was announced.
Ah. And when it was announced.
Like a fucking century ago. Oh, man.
So what do you want, Dubs?
Doom Eternal, Resident
Right.
Evil 3, and I'm hoping Total War Warhammer 3 gets announced this year.
I don't think it will be.
I think it'll be
It may
announced
get
this...
It may get announced, but it won't get released.
It won't be released, that's for certain.
Yeah.
They don't want to release more than one game a year, except for
Yeah.
when Throb released, because LOL fuck Throb.
Yeah.
But you can clearly tell they're trying to space out the releases so that they don't wind up accidentally siphoning money from the other games.
Exactly.
Like
It'll be at least the year after Troy comes out. And we don't even have a release date for Troy, which tells me there's not even that much news on Troy.
Right, because Troy's a PR clusterfuck. Surprise, our big hyped game has no really cool features. It's just phalanxes rubbing each other off. Like,
And one unit of horsemen that represents centaurs.
obviously. In a game where all infantry will be spear infantry. Oh yeah, what a great use for cavalry. Like, shit, at that time they barely even figured out the fucking bow. Oh, man. Yeah, if Three Kingdoms and Troy would not have released, then Warhammer 3 would have came out in 2018 if it weren't for Three Kingdoms and Troy.
Probably, yeah.
With that said, I'm totally fine with them sitting on Warhammer 3 for a while. Because there are some improvements that need to be made.
Well, yeah, like sieges. Sieges. I swear, if they don't update sieges, I am going to be so mad. They're clearly starting to work on sieges, so they know that it's a problem and they want to fix that problem. Finally, since day one, people have been complaining about how terrible sieges are.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
finally realizing that, oh wait, maybe our sieges aren't a good idea.
Well, yeah, Three Kingdoms brought back the classic Medieval 2 sieges. The multiple layers of castles, the buildings you built in the city actually being part of the siege, so on and so forth.
Didn't Thrones of Britannia do that? Because I heard the sieges in Thrones of Britannia were basically the only reason to play that game.
That may be the case. Nobody talks about Throb. Like, genuinely, just nobody talks about Throb. It is
Yeah.
the redheaded stepchild of the Total War series, and it's only been out for a couple of years. They know that sieges are a problem because look at the fucking Empire update. Like, they made new siege maps for like five of the Empire cities, and they are entirely new, unique siege maps that behave like old siege maps from Medieval 2.
Yeah.
They know they fucked up, but I think it's going to take like half of Warhammer 3's development time to make enough maps to fix the problem.
Right.
Other than that, I mean,
Do you think that the capitals would, or the major cities would have unique?
I think the capitals definitely.
Because usually they have in the past, like Rome, Athens, they had their own unique cities. Carthage.
I mean, technically they already have their own unique maps. It's just that they don't behave any differently from the others.
They have unique maps. I thought they just use other like race of others like cities of that race.
No, there's a specific model for Altdorf. There's a specific model for Nagaroth.
Seriously?
Or Nagarond, excuse me. You're talking about battle. You're talking
never-
about battle and not campaign, right?
No, I'm talking about like siege on
map.
campaign.
Yes. They do have unique.
Don't-
They do have unique
I have
models.
never.
They're
But
just
like the layout is the exact same.
yeah. The layout is the exact same, but they have unique appearances.
Okay, I never noticed.
I
never
don't.
noticed.
I don't blame you. But there's a reason the GCCM mods exist.
There's also like all of the layouts. There's only like 5 layouts for sieges.
Bullshit. There are only 2.
2?
Yeah,
there's at least.
There's only 2. There's the corner piece and there's the straight line through the middle.
There's a few straight lines. Like there's a straight line that ends partially with like half of a circle. There's one where like there's a straight line and then it comes out in a box shape. It goes back to the straight line. There's a couple different ones that for the straight across.
And of course, the cities themselves within the walls are practically non-existent. So if you want urban warfare, LOL, get fucked.
But yeah, there's like 5 layouts, but they're the same for every race.
Oh yeah. Yes, even for the races wouldn't make any fucking sense, like the greenskins.
Yeah.
Why the
Or
fuck
the
would-
dwarves. Why don't the dwarves have like better city defenses? Why are their city defenses so shit?
Because it's Total War and they don't want the dwarfs to be able to turtle it out. They don't want the dwarfs to be able to turtle it out.
That's literally what they're there for.
Well, it's part of the problem that Total War Warhammer has is that they desperately try to make it entirely offense-based, and it screws up the balance sometimes.
Yeah, I that's been a problem with the Total War series since Shogun 2.
Like, diplomatically and in siege battles, they try to encourage as much offense as possible. But in the
Yeah.
actual campaign, like, people can just camp out in their cities and hide there as long as they want. Whatever. That's enough Total War talk. I'm sure Addy and Pink are already sick of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, the one I guess I'm big excited for this year is just Resident Evil 3, which isn't a huge surprise.
Oh yeah, that one looks really cool. I'm surprised they made it so quick too.
Well, considering that Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil 2 largely take place in the same area, they could just reuse a lot of the same assets. Why is Discord fucking dropping me so much? They can reuse the fucking a lot of the assets from Resident Evil 3.
Yeah, from Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil 2, whatever. Because Resident Evil 3 also spends a lot of time in the Raccoon City Police Department.
Right.
Anyways, alright. Soon, what you done this past week?
This past week, I've been exploring London a lot. I watched 2 plays, and I went to 2 museums.
Which plays were they?
I watched Richard III at
Ooh.
at a theater that's like a part of, but not really, the Globe Theater.
Yeah.
I watched Richard III, which is really good. That's the one where with the a horse, my kingdom for a horse line, and 'tis the summer of our discontent.
I know which one Richard III is. It's about the War of the Roses, right?
Yeah, it is. The other one I watched was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
A play version of that.
Yes, which was amazing. It was so good.
Huh.
Like, it was incredible. It was like the same production value as The Lion King.
Huh.
Honestly, it was so good, so good.
All right.
Other than that, I also saw the New Year's Day parade in London,
Oh,
which
cool.
was like, it was 3 hours long.
Why? Why?
Yeah,
And
that's a lot of people.
That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
I refuse to believe that anyone is that hyped for a new year.
Apparently, there are things like Ferrari clubs and Rolls-Royce clubs, and yeah. And they had like the Ferrari club come through with their Ferraris, and they had the Rolls-Royce club come through with their Rolls-Royces.
And that was legal drag racing.
Yeah, totally. They drag raced through crowds of people.
They hit
I
so
like-
many people. It's how London
Yep.
culls its population annually.
They don't tell the populace, but New Year's Eve is also Purge Day.
It is a great New Year's sacrifice. You must appease the New Year gods.
They also had like a stunt team, like a motorcycle stunt team, and they performed a stunt like right in front of me, which was really cool.
How many people did they kill?
Only like 10 more than the Ferrari drag race.
Oh, that's impressive.
All right. Anything else?
I also saw the New Year's fireworks, and obviously,
All right.
and I went to a circus, which was really cool. They had some cool acts, and I went to a Christmas festival, which is where I went to the circus at, actually. The museums I went to were a museum of zoology, which had a bunch of skeletons and fossils and preserved animal species. The other one was like a kind of a history museum.
All right.
And that's all I did this week. Not much at all.
All right. Pink, what'd you do this past week?
I spent this past week being depressed. I wanted to watch The Mandalorian, didn't ever get around to that.
Oh,
I wanted to continue.
Messiah.
Oh, you did watch what?
Messiah.
What is that?
It just came out on Netflix. It's about it's about the second coming of Jesus, but kind of, maybe, possibly, but possibly not. I really, really liked it.
Oh. Okay, so it's like...
Yeah?
So it's... Oh.
So Jesus comes back, but then what?
Okay, so Jesus comes back, kind of. But, like, there's a question of if he's actually Jesus or if he's just a con man. Or if he's maybe the Antichrist. And
Right.
you don't really get that answered until the last episode.
Jesus comes back, but he does the Abe Simpson.
And I really, really liked it. It's really, really slow, but I thought it was really good. The acting is great from a lot of the characters. Yeah, I just really enjoyed it. It was very, I was very invested in the story.
Nice.
And I
hadn't
also
even
am
heard
getting
of that
back
until
into
now.
American Gods.
American Gods. I've heard about that one. That's another Neil Gaiman series, isn't it?
Yeah, another Neil Gaiman series. which is it's about like the old mythological gods like
Running around
Odin
nowadays, right?
running around nowadays, but having a war with the new American gods like media and television and other ones that I don't know about yet.
Okay.
I like how Ben Franklin probably just inadvertently created a whole new pantheon once he discovered electricity.
Yeah.
I am very much interested in Odin freaking body slamming the media.
It's got a very, very interesting style.
Hang
But
on.
there's also a lot of weird sex. Like there's a sex scene
Wait,
where
hang on. Is this the fucking series I'm thinking of where there's the African goddess that eats people through her vagina?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
I've heard
I didn't
about
watch
this.
this.
The fucking gif of Fred from Scooby Doo. That's my fetish.
And there's a djinn that has gay sex and then like during the sex turns into or like possesses the body of the dude he's having sex with.
Kinky.
Don't you hate when that happens?
That's what you get when you stick your dick in. I'm trying to come up with a rhyme here, but it's not working.
And
Stick your dick in Genie.
Chernobog is there. Chernobog's in there. He wants to like his main goal is to like hit the main character's head with a sledgehammer, and that's his main goal.
Oh,
I
he's
can
Triple
relate.
H.
It's time to play the game.
But the main character has the worst name ever.
What is
His
it?
name is terrible. It's Shadowcat.
Shadowcat.
That's his actual name. That's not like a nickname. His
Oh.
legal name is Shadowcat.
Did his kids grow? Did his parents grow up watching X-Men?
No, it is. He's actually his full name is Shad Oket. He's part Irish.
Was it part of one of those
I mean,
dumbass
he's-
promotions where, like, name your baby Dovahkiin to get a free copy of Skyrim?
He's black, so I doubt he's half Irish, Addy.
You don't know that actually.
Yeah, you don't know.
Also, there's a whole thing in America called slavery that happened. So, oh man, the fuck. I found out the other day that Turok also ran a stupid name your baby Turok to get some stupid free shit.
Ew.
Imagine growing up, your name being fucking Turok Dovahkiin.
Wasn't there a really bad promotion with like Dante's Inferno? It wasn't like name based, but it was like a huge scandal. What happened?
Sacrifice your baby to Satan to get the free freaking Dunkin' Donuts gift card.
For the main character.
What happened with that?
Sacrifice your baby to Satan for a statue of naked, sexy Cleopatra.
Yeah.
Sounds like a worthy cause. When did Dante's Inferno even come out? Because I remember
Like,
it might have been
late.
around 2011.
Late
In like
2000s,
1200.
maybe early 2010s.
I am looking it up right now because I want to find out about what Soon's talking about because I love that kind of stupid, idiot marketing shit. All right.
Right.
February 2010.
2010.
Except for the
Is I-
PSP. No, never mind.
Their promotion was titled "Sin to Win."
What?
Dante's
They
Inferno. Yeah.
They also
Dante's,
had a
yeah.
they also had a contest at the San Diego Comic-Con where an attendee was encouraged to commit acts of lust and then post it on Facebook.
So,
Man, 2010 was a wild time.
so Dante's Inferno came out in 1472.
When did the sequels come out?
There was no sequels.
Well, there was
To the Inferno, there
Purgatorio.
were.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was Purgatorio, and I forget the third one.
Wait a second. Wait a
Or
second.
something.
Dante's
What?
Inferno was published by EA?
Yes.
This was the same year that Dead Space 2 ran the stupid fucking "Your Mom Hates This Game" campaign.
Who was their campaign manager at the time?
Did he get fired, please?
Oh,
Did he get promoted? That's what I want to know.
so they had one for each sin apparently, and for greed, they sent a check to bribe game journalists.
Oh my god. Hang on.
With the tagline, "If you spend it, you are greedy. If you don't, you're wasteful."
All right, so
They sent a fucking package to Ben Croshaw, Yahtzee, the zero punctuation guy. A fucking package that just contained a small wooden box that endlessly played Rick Astley's "Never Gonna Give You Up" on loop and would not stop until the box was destroyed. And it came with a note saying that it indicated wrath.
Here's the best one.
This is fucking stupid.
That is not a box anyone should ever want to destroy.
Their marketing team promised gamers that they would win a sinful night with 2 hot girls, a limo service, paparazzi, and a chest full of booty.
What the fuck?
Why did this game fail?
This game feels like it was ripped straight out of the 90s in so many ways. Is anyone else getting fucking John Romero's gonna make you his bitch flashbacks? Sega does what Nintendo don't.
something. The freaking Phantom Thieves of Hearts issuing a bomb threat to New York.
So yeah, Dante's Inferno had the worst promotion of any game ever.
Oh fuck! I'm reading more of this. They put out a fake commercial for a fictional company, Hawk Panther, encouraged viewers to visit the Hawk Panther website in order to be able to steal their best friend's girlfriend.
What?
If you clicked on the link, though, it just posted a fucking thing saying, "Treachery, thou art condemned to the 9th circle. Thou hast broken the bonds of trust with thy kindred. Even conspiring to stealeth thy best friend's soulmate is the worst kind of mortal offense imaginable. You shall pay for the treachery by spending an eternity immersed up to your face, the place where shame shows itself, in the putrid frozen waters of hell." The site then shows a trailer for Dante's Inferno and a link to buy the game. What the fuck?
Dante's Inferno was metal, apparently.
Oh, fuck.
Like the thing is, like, y'all are saying this sucks. I find this type of advertisement to be somewhat fun because it's immersive.
I mean,
Immersive advertising at its finest.
Having sex with corporate prostitutes is also interactive.
Very. Or at least you should hope so.
Oh, man. I'm not gonna lie. The only way that scenario could be funnier, in a black comedy kind of way, in a cruel kind of way, is if they get there and they just fucking they fucking knock them out and just steal their organs. Wake up in a bathtub full of ice. Oh, well, I probably should have expected this.
I mean, honestly, after all that freaking read up, I just thought it would freaking take the user to porn or something.
Pornhub. It's just here's a link to Pornhub. It's not even the expensive pay for it stuff. It's just a link to Pornhub. No, the fucking CEO of EA shows you his favorites folder of porn.
No, you load up the site and the CEO of EA is jerking off. That's what you get.
It's a fucking live stream.
Yeah.
A live stream of the CEO's bedroom.
No, that's commitment.
And they didn't even tell the CEO, so the CEO, like, commits sex crimes in there. Oh, okay.
Keep in mind that this was the EA's marketing team.
Oh, all right. This was probably also around the same time where every Mass Effect and Dragon Age game was like, "Hey guys, you know what's hot? Lesbians." What a fucking time to be alive.
My favorite freaking.
It's not
gaming
gay if it's with an
slogan.
alien.
My favorite like advertisement gaming slogan is from Mighty Number 9. Because they in an advertisement that the freaking creator disowned.
Inafune?
Yes. The freaking the announcer or whatever is like, if you don't pre-order this game, you will cry like an anime fan on prom night.
I remember that. The one that's like the fucking ad campaign that was basically saying, "Yo, hey, if you're big babies or anime fans, don't be anime fans," or some shit like that. And it's like, you're legitimately insulting the fan base that is most likely to buy your game.
Mm-hmm.
That was the most confounding fucking marketing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, from what I remember, Inafune after that was like, I never saw this before it got released.
You could say that about all of Mighty Number 9.
True.
Did that ever actually come out? I thought it was canceled.
Yes.
No, it came out.
No,
It was super bad.
Ah.
It has online co-op.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Remember how before the game was finished, they started up another Kickstarter for the Mega Man Legends ripoff?
Oh fuck. Oh man, I feel bad for Inafune at this point because his career is so badly in the toilet. He can't get anything off the ground now. Like I heard the last game he worked on also turned out disastrously. He's fallen quite a far distance from Dead Rising and Mega Man. He also worked on the bad Dead Risings though, so I guess even when he was with Capcom, he wasn't batting 1,000. Oh, fuck. What were we even talking about? Pink, what did you do this week other than get stressed out and watch Mandalorian?
Aside from that, all I've really been doing is editing movesets in 2K. Nothing special this week. I have not had a lot of time this week.
Wait, didn't you get promoted this week?
I did get promoted this week, so yeah. That was exciting. Sucks for me because my old section head was fantastic, and I hate to see her go. If I had a choice, I would choose not to be promoted and have her stay, but she wants to go, so that's her choice to make.
Well, I'm sure she has her reasons.
Yep.
Anyways, so 2K20, do we want to talk about what happened?
Why 2K happened?
Why 2K20?
Why 20K happened?
20,000, holy shit.
WWE 2K20 couldn't be played in 2K20.
I was really hoping it wasn't a bug and it was deliberate obsolescence.
They've apparently fixed it now.
Yeah, they did fix it. I just wish 2K would have out and said, "Oh yeah, we're just gonna make it so that now every game breaks at the end of the year, so that you have to buy the next one." Anytime you buy one of our games,
every game is scheduled to self-destruct at the release of another game.
Just like an Apple product.
It's even worse because it's not at the release of a new game. It's within 3 months of release. You get 2 months. 2 months with our game.
No, you put the disc in and you get the old like spy freaking voiceover. This game will self-destruct in 5 minutes.
I feel like the only reason they fixed the bug was so that they could release more of the DLC.
Well, I mean, yeah. I don't know if 2K would honestly... If this had come at the end of its development cycle, I don't know if 2K would have... I don't know what 2K's response would have been.
I don't either.
I don't
And
think
that
they would have
greatly
done
worries me.
anything.
Like,
I
because
think if it had happened in 2021, they would not have done anything.
well,
They would have just said like, play the new game.
well, they might have been like that, but at the same time, like, as much offensive stuff as they have done, I feel like that would be the final thing. If they chose not to fix that, that would be the final thing of, like, just nobody buy 2K games ever again.
Yeah.
But what am I saying? People will buy these fucking games anyways.
Yep. Wait, is the next one going to be a next gen game?
It'd have to be.
But the next gen
Not really.
Next gen
'Cause-
doesn't release till November, and
Oh, right.
2K releases in October.
Yeah, and they'd have to. Well, I should hope they're working on the next installment right now as we're speaking, so there's not really time for them to get on development for the next generation.
I'm
What
not sure.
happened
They might just be farting in their hands and then smelling it.
That is true. That is very true.
Didn't the last start of the generation, like, they skipped a year?
No. 2K14 came out for last gen consoles, and then 2K15 was the first one to come out on new.
Yeah,
next gen.
that's what I meant. Like, when the consoles released, they didn't release them on the new consoles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's going to happen again.
And
Yep, that was my guess as well. Probably for most any major sports title, if they
Yeah.
can't port it that first year.
I don't know, Madden. But yeah, other than that, yeah.
I mean, the
Mhm.
NBA games always end up releasing as a launch title.
To be fair, they suck super hard now too. So
Yeah, oh yeah. I heard about the gambling.
now you could say that about
Oh.
any 2K game.
Well, yeah.
So
but
I heard about
new-
the gambling.
the new NBA game is basically just a casino with a side of basketball.
Guys, it's not gambling, it's surprise mechanics.
Surprise! You lost your money.
It cracks me up because I remember 10 years ago when everybody was worried about the idea of microtransactions. And it was like, there's no way that it could get worse than microtransactions. Motherfucker, it can. How about microtransactions where you don't know what you're buying? Fucking radical.
What about the Grand Theft Auto casino? That's literally just a casino where you pay real money.
Well, people already have online gambling addictions, so it is.
It's Rockstar Games. I don't expect anything good out of them.
They were making money hand over fist before the casino updates. I'm so very curious to know how much they're making now. You've probably tripled their revenue.
I'm just imagining the bit of Dark Knight where Joker's sliding down the mountain of money.
Yeah, that's 2K. Not 2K. What are they? Is it 2K that does Grand Theft Auto?
And
Rockstar.
2K does publish.
Rockstar.
Rockstar develops, but 2K publishes.
Yeah, 2K publishes and they force Rockstar to add gambling. Which makes me wonder, is Civilization 7 going to have loot boxes?
Probably.
Yes.
Like, are we going to have loot boxes for, like, the Civ leaders? And you have to unlock the
No.
Civ leaders by, like, paying for loot boxes rather than
There will
just
be
buying
extra
them?
unique units that you have to unlock through loot boxes.
No, soon you won't be able to get resources through normal means after a while because your people will get tired and you will have to buy loot boxes that have resources in them.
I like the idea of a Civ game where you start with only, like, fucking Abraham Lincoln and Queen Elizabeth unlocked. Like, you have to roll a fucking loot box if you want Chin Chi Wong. You want Shaka? Better roll for him.
Let's see what the dice say.
Oh man, not tomorrow.
And
Hitler,
let's see what the
wait,
dice say.
what?
They'll
Let's
even
see
have
what-
like a rating system like in the WWE and NBA games where each leader has a rating.
Wait, so they would just go back to Civ prior to Civ 5, you mean? You did play
Oh,
Civ 4, right? Because that's just how they do it in Civ 4.
But the freaking like, let's roll the dice. All but one side are freaking don't have anything on them, and then the one and then the opposite side of the one that has anything on it is rated.
Oh wait, you'd roll to hope to get a Civ leader, and instead you just get a color pack for your fucking city names. You have to roll to get your city names. Oh man, I really want to have Houston, but until then, I'm just stuck with Washington and fucking Oklahoma City.
You roll for titles for your leaders, so you can be honest, Abe, or you can be the legendary Abe.
Instead of producing units, you have to use a loot box to get a unit.
Well, what the fuck was your title idea? Like, what, Addy, do I keep going and, like, eventually I get God Killer Abe the vacuous one?
Yes. You just start off with general like freaking vanilla Abe, and then you roll new titles for him that give him like freaking plus one to people not being tired, so they can actually work.
Oh god, some of those would actually really work though. Genghis Khan, Vengeance of God. What did
Whip of God, Attila Khan.
What did Oda Nobunaga call himself? The God Demon King?
Yeah, something like that.
The God Demon King Oda Nobunaga, who is stronger than regular Oda Nobunaga. He gets actual Oni units.
He generates more fear and has a stand that he can send out to do his bidding.
But he doesn't get to build any religious buildings.
No, he gets more resources for burning them.
Oh no! He gets Harold's useless fucking pillaging bonus, which is actually super good. Oh man!
But there's a 1 in 5 chance that you will lose the game because he will freaking get stuck in the burning temple and die.
Whoopsie doodles. It's like fucking Crusader Kings, where it's like, oh, hey, you want to burn down? Oh, dead. Like, oh, okay, roll again, sucker. All right. So, but that's about the extent of what you've done, Pink?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, I'll finish my Dark Souls talk real quick. Ornstein and Smo, really fun fight. Actually pretty, it's not reliant on gimmicky bullshit. You have to fight Ornstein, who is really, really fast and really aggressive. You fight Smo, who is just pretty fast and aggressive. That fight pisses some people off in Dark Souls, because they're not used to enemies being that aggressive. I got done playing Bloodborne, so I was like, of course they're aggressive. I had a really good time, and it only took me like 4 tries to beat them, which makes me think Dark Souls players suck. The other boss fight, there are some other real fucking winners of the boss fights. Grey Wolf Sith. That's a great winner, and the final boss is a pretty good one. But I gotta tell you, the best moment in the entire game is, you eventually open up a section of the forest, and you go there, and there's a talking obese house cat. And the talking cat is like, hey, yo, I'm friends with a samurai and a giant dog that has a sword. Also, do you want to join my street gang and make all the enemies in this area passive? And I'm like, there's no part of that sentence I don't love. You bet your fucking ass I will. So now I'm part of the cat street gang. Fucking forest hunters for life. Ride or die. Overall, I gotta say, there are things I appreciate in Dark Souls 1. The world design is fantastic. Like, the Ash Lake is mind-bending in how fucking weird it is. Some of the character designs are great. Some of the armor designs are great. The freedom with which you can build your character is fucking stupid. You can dual-wield shields. And it's fucking stupid, but you can play Cabrakan. And it's technically possible. You can beat people to death with your shield. It's horribly ineffective, but it's possible. If you don't like the long-ass startup on long swords, I figured that out. You can just swap it out for katanas, or knives, which actually have less startup. There are so many types of weapon in that game. Longswords, katanas, knives, daggers, halberds, scythes, great axes, regular axes, small axes, hammers, great swords, ultra great swords, shields, great shields, tiny shields.
Mecha Hitler.
Mega Hitler, yes.
No, I said Mecha.
That
Mecha
too.
Hitler.
There are multiple weapons in the Hitler class of weapons. Oh, man. You can dual-wield halberds like a fucking crazy person.
Can I dual-wield Hitler?
A Hitler in each hand. I'm gonna spin with my Hitlers in place, and if you run into them, it's nobody's fault but yours. I'm spinning my Hitlers too quickly. It's just constant active frames. And I love that you can also choose to just wield one weapon in two hands. Any weapon in the game. Just put a shield in two hands. A knife. Wield a knife with two hands. There's not even enough room on the fucking handle for two hands, but wield it with two hands anyways. Your character looks like a fucking fool. It's great. I love how stupid it is. With that said, all that freedom of character building stuff would be much better in a better game. One thing I saw people complain about with Dark Souls 1, at first I didn't get, and then in the late game I really got it, you can only dodge roll in the 4 cardinal directions while you're locked on. That is something that they thankfully fixed as soon as possible in the sequels, but boy does it suck that I can't dodge roll diagonally in that game. There are some attacks that are pretty much impossible to dodge roll while locked on. And it can be really difficult to get in there while staying aggressive if you're locked on, and also avoiding attacks. Like, how much shit do you avoid in Bloodborne soon by dodging diagonally?
I don't.
But it's the best way to get in on a lot of the enemies. And, yeah, I think they fixed it in Dark Souls 2, so I'll play Dark Souls 2 and I'll record it for the channel and I'll probably have a much better time.
You'd probably like Dark Souls 3 a lot. It's basically Dark Souls meets Blood.
That is what I've heard. I've also heard some people complain that Dark Souls 3 is too close to Dark Souls 1 in terms of plot, which I don't see why that's a problem. Like,
Dark Souls has plot?
Yeah.
I'm being facetious.
Like, apparently, like, people are pissed because Dark Souls 2 mostly ignores Dark Souls 1 plot, and then Dark Souls 3 goes back to Dark Souls 1, and I guess people are pissed about that.
Sounds like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Sounds like Silent Hill.
Yeah, you're both right. You're both super right. Alright. And other than that, I think that's about the extent of what I've done, other than joining an obese house cat street gang. Oh, did I forget to mention one of the alternative street gangs is led by a giant princess with absurdly large boobs, who is...
Why'd you not join them?
She is extra thick.
Why'd you not join them?
And there's also an edgelord group of people wearing skeleton armor who can steal people's souls.
Why'd you not join them as well?
So there's a little bit for everyone. Or you can just be a fucking loser and join, like, oh, the Warriors of... Who the fuck would join the Warriors of Sunlight when those are options? I mean, that's the ultimate civil war, isn't it? Cats
If you don't join the Warriors of Sunlight, how will you praise the sus?
That's just the ultimate civil war, isn't it? Cats versus skeletons versus boobs. That's just life summarized. All right, I think we can call that a podcast, folks.
Wait, did we do what Addie did?
Yeah, before you got on here.
Oh, okay.
Addie, say bye.
Bye.
All right. Later, folks.
Bye.